Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president again.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at...
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral votes, in Indiana with its 11th electoral votes, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to CobraCast 199. I am your host, D-Day Cobra, and I'm happy to see all of you here today for another important episode. Maybe the most important show on the internet, as I saw someone in the chat say, so I'm stealing that from you. Pat Jack said, this is the most important show on the internet. I appreciate that. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but I will take it and run with it. I do appreciate that. I appreciate all the enthusiasm in the chat. And of course, this is the single most important show on the internet with 199 in the name. The most viewers, the most super chats, the most members, and we never have to shut the chat down for members only because almost everybody's already a member. And we don't silence you either. We appreciate your voices. Your voices matter here. Your voices mean something. They help make the show. You're part of the show. The chat is part of the show. That's what we love about this. Jared the American for 199 said, had my wisdom teeth removed today while asleep. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope we can entertain you a little bit while you are recovering. I have had that done before, and it is not fun. The right tackle says Titanfall 1 greater than Titanfall 2. Love them both, though. I love them both, too. I think Titanfall 2 is slightly better, but I'm not going to argue against Titanfall 1 because Titanfall 1 is fantastic as well. So there's really no wrong answer there. I like the maps on Titanfall 1 a little better than I did the maps on Titanfall 2, but I love the mechanics just slightly upgraded a little more, and the overall gameplay felt a little better on 2, but the map design on 1 was far better. Tinsote, what do you think about the Chick-fil-A backlash going on right now? Personally, I think it's a nothing burger. We actually had a really deep discussion about this on Tuesday night's main event on Geeks and Gamers. And as I said, There's a lot of people, and you guys know this. I know the people that don't like me never want to admit this, but I do criticize conservatives and the right a lot. Not near as much as the left, because the left is full of psychopaths. But I do criticize the right from time to time, even though I more fall in line with that side than I do the left easily. But in this situation, could the right be a little hypersensitive to anything that appears to be woke, or, not understanding that, companies have to put these things in places? Maybe, but it doesn't matter. Like, as I said on Tuesday night's main event, we deserve to be hypersensitive after everything we have been through. We have seen everything affected by identity politics and woke nonsense. And so if we are hypersensitive, that's because we have been burned so many times. And I think that we should be hypersensitive to everything going on. We should not give them the benefit of the doubt. I have given companies the benefit of the doubt in the past. Many of you probably gave them the benefit of the doubt at some point in time. They lost that ability. They lost the ability to be given the benefit of the doubt. And so I think that it's good to be hypersensitive to wokeness and identity politics, more so than be reluctant to call it out. I think it's better if we overreach than underreach on this topic, because I'm tired of it. And so, specific to the Chick-fil-A thing, I think that people are reacting correctly, because of what we've seen with Target, because of what we've seen with Disney, because of what we've seen with Bud Light. And, Chick-fil-A has built their reputation off being, Christian values and, not really being involved in that stuff. And so this recent stuff we've seen, are people being hypersensitive? Maybe so. And I hope they continue to do that. But it was a good discussion on Tuesday night's main event. I was really happy to have that discussion. That was really awesome. Christian Rocker wanted to go ahead and get this out there. Trump 2024 all the way, but really hate what he said about Kayleigh McEnany. She always stood up for him. I hear you, Christian Rocker, on that. I disagree, but I hear you. I like Kayleigh McEnany. I met Kayleigh McEnany. She was really sweet. She was really cool. And I always liked her as Trump's White House press secretary. With that said, Trump has been railroaded by everybody, it seems, except for the people that continue to support him, the people in record numbers. Kayleigh, I watched Kayleigh on CNN back in the day, and Kayleigh, for the most part, was a very strong Trump supporter, but she didn't start out that way. She started out with a severe case of TDS. She started out with a severe case. As a matter of fact, I think I could probably pull some of that up really quick. So let's see here. Kayleigh, let's see if I can get this. There was a clips going around about her. Now, this is before she became part of the Trump administration and all of that. But there's some pretty damning evidence on her. And again, I thought she was phenomenal as White House press secretary. But right here we go.
Kayleigh, how sick of polls are people in New Hampshire right now? Probably very sick, especially when they see that Donald Trump is number 2 and doesn't deserve to be there. Look, the GOP doesn't need to be turning away voters and isolating them. We need to be bringing them into the tent. Donald Trump is the last person who's going to do that.
I think that the stance of most Republicans is we've got to plug the border, but I think the mainstream Republican does not want to send the illegal immigrant back to Mexico. I think that they're here to stay. That's not the American way. We're not going to ship people across the border. There has to be some path to citizenship. Donald Trump has shown himself to be a showman. I don't think he's a serious candidate.
Kayleigh, this is your guy. He's number 2 in the polls.
Hey, I don't want to claim this guy. Donald Trump, if we're going to be honest, is a progressive. He supports eminent domain. He's supported tax increases before. He's donated $300,000 to Democratic candidates. So the fact that the Republican Party is now having to claim him is both unfortunate and, to me, inauthentic, because this is not a true Republican candidate. And the fact that he's being portrayed as such in media is troublesome and not accurate.
Now, should you hold her accountable for that? Because she said it prior to that. No, not necessarily. And a lot of people criticize Trump. Hell, even me, I've always been a fan of Trump as an entertainer. When he first started his presidential run, I was like, what the hell is Trump up to now? Is this another one of those things that he does? Because he's so fucking entertaining. I didn't know if he was serious or not. I had no idea. I wanted him to be, but I didn't know if he was. So I can understand the dismissal of Like, is Trump serious? Yada, yada, yada. So you can't hold someone just necessarily accountable for that. But she criticized him after Jan 6th. I think, or no, it was at the midterms. I can't remember. Kayleigh has recently criticized Trump. She just has. That's a fact. She has recently criticized Trump. Wasn't the worst criticism in the world, but she definitely criticized him. And she now is appearing to be the next person that is shaping up to be the next superstar of Fox. And we all know what Fox is all about. With that said, that is kind of a topic that I want to get into tonight, because DeSantis supporters seem to think that just because Trump is criticizing Kayleigh, suddenly people are going to stop voting for him. What planet are you living on? That ain't going to hurt Trump. Nothing's going to hurt Trump. Nothing is going to hurt Trump. The only thing that they're hoping is that Biden's DOJ takes Trump down. That's what DeSantis is hoping for, because there's not a chance in hell that he is beating Trump straight up. It ain't happening, period. But thank you for the super chat, Christian Rocker. I appreciate it. Anthony, Jeremy, any advice for a small YouTube channel that potentially got shadow banned? I can't search my channel name Reckless5 as of today. Anyway, keep up the grind. You and your homies inspire me to tell stories since 199. Hey, thank you. I don't know much about shadow banning. I personally, and I know a lot of people always think that they have been shadow banned for various amount of reasons. I have never experienced shadow banning to my knowledge. Now, with that said, I thought that I might have been shadow banned in the past based on how my channel would perform one day or 1 week, and then the next week it wouldn't perform well. That is the YouTube system. The YouTube system it's like a woman. It can't make its mind up, and no one really understands it. As well as I think I've done for my little corner of the internet. I mean, I think I've done okay. I've got 3 channels over 100,000 subscribers. Collectively, my channels are, I think we have like 700,000 or 800,000 collectively across all of our channels. And then when you want to talk about people that I'm directly connected with, we're talking about millions and millions of subs. And I've done it in different areas, whether it be gaming, whether it be politics, whether it be sports, whether it be other stuff. It's such a constant battle with the YouTube algorithm. But in terms of going back to the original question, I can't really speak to shadow banning. I've never had any experience with shadow banning, so I don't know anything about that. But in terms of just being a small YouTuber and trying to grow your channel, I've given this advice many times, and I'll continue to give it. It's the most sound advice I can give. When you are, and I kind of still carry this to this day. If you watch my videos now, I don't do an intro anymore. I know that back in the day, I used to do the "What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video." And I know people love to hear that now because they know who I am. But you still have to treat every single video as that no one gives a fuck about you, because they kind of don't. Every video you make, people are clicking on it for the topic and the title, the thumbnail and the title. That's what they're clicking. They're not clicking for you. They're clicking for the topic, generally speaking. And the people that are clicking for you don't need to be introduced to you anyway. So you have to assume that the people clicking on that video are clicking for the topic and the thumbnail. So give them exactly what they clicked for. Don't introduce yourself. Don't tell them to go follow you on Instagram. Don't tell them about your Patreon. Don't tell them about anything, because they don't fucking care. They care about the topic. That's it. So when you have a video and say your video is titled, I don't know, Halo, Infinite, new maps are amazing. Well, the people that are clicking on that video want to hear about Halo Infinite maps and how amazing they are. They don't give a shit about your channels. They don't give a shit about your social media. They care about the stuff that you're delivering, the topic you're promising. Now, along the way, if you're entertaining enough within the process of giving that information, then maybe they will start caring about who you are. And then at the end of the video, you can tell them all about yourself. So make trending topics that you care about. Talk about things that you care about that are trending, that are kind of in the public consciousness or in the news cycle. Make topics about that. Keep it around 6 to 8, 9 minutes long, because again, people that don't know you aren't going to click on an hour-long video and hear what you have to say, because they don't care. They care about the topic. So give them short, sweet, to the point topics about what things that you're interested in that are also trending. And that's how you build your channel. And over time, people will become aware of you, and then they will want to follow you on social media and all those things when you earn it, when you make them appreciate what you're doing, but they don't owe you anything. No one that clicks on your video owes you anything. No one that clicks on my video owes me anything. I owe them because they decided to give me their time and their, energy, and some of them choose to give me their money, and I have to earn that. And no one owes me a damn thing on YouTube. And so you have to earn it every time you upload. So give them what you're promising in the video itself and just grind on that. But I wish you all the luck, man. Atomic Patriot Gotham Knights gave me secondhand stupidity. Hayden, hail, love CobraCast 199, but I've got to drive 10 hours home from work that I start in like 4 hours, maybe a bit longer. We shall see. Hayden, I hope that you have a great, safe drive. Be safe, brother. Appreciate you as always. Everyone in the chat, show Hayden some love and safe travels, man. We appreciate you, buddy. I hope you are able to watch the replay when you have time. I see that MCU fan is asking, one of the MCU fans is asking me to control my chat. MCU fan. We are not going to worry about you and your little bitch made feelings. That's not what we are here to worry about. We are here to have fun. We're here to enjoy ourselves. And the fact that you're asking me to control my chat means that you are as bitch made as we imagined you were. Whichever MCU fan you are. I don't know which one you are. I can't keep up. There's so many at this point. But it ain't happening. The original is here? Really? Have Young Ripper team up with Michael Malice for press secretary. Screw it. Let's go full balls out. Holy shit. That's funny. Powerfully Weenus. Yes, to Jeremy. Yes, Jeremy. Today's special was awesome. I'm old enough to remember today's special. A lot of people don't remember it. I do. Today's special was great. Joe C., our country and the world is fucked. Only Trump can stop its demise. Everyone is against him. Trump 2024 or we're finished. Cheers, CobraCast. Hell yes, I agree with that. And let's kind of talk about that topic really quick. And I know we have more and I will get to them. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. But let's talk about it. Trump has everything against him except for the people. And that's all that really matters. The people are with him. But Trump is like DeSantis supporters are kind of losing their minds right now. And I'm seeing a lot of stuff on social media. A lot of stuff is on social media right now. Ultimately, what this comes down to is you asked for this, DeSantis. You have decided to get in the ring with the 45th president of the United States of America, the single most popular person in this country and probably in this world, and his name is Donald Trump. You decided that you want to go head to head with the man that gave you your fucking career. And it is not playing well for DeSantis or his supporters. It's just not happening. It's really, really bad for him. It's going really bad. In fact, I saw this right here. So people are just losing it. Let me show you guys this if I can find it. I thought oh, you know what? I bet I liked it is what it was. I liked a couple of these. Yeah, here we go. So stuff is not going well for DeSantis right now. And DeSantis supporters they're having a tough time accepting what's actually happening right now. I'll show you a few things. Right here. Why are my bookmarks not showing up? Don't understand it. Where did they not show up? None of my bookmarks are showing up. Hey, Twitter, are you broken? Is that what's going on here? Yes, Twitter's broken. So we'll do it the old-fashioned way. All right, right here. Here we go. So DeSantis supporters, they really thought that it was happening. DeSantis land. Nobody is changing their vote away from Trump because of what he said about Kayleigh. Please reevaluate your comms strategy in your group chats. Thanks. Because yes, they are thinking that Trump, the guy who has criticized every single person, or at least counterpunched every single person that comes at him, and DeSantis supporters seem to think that Suddenly now, because of this Kayleigh McEnany situation, that Trump is going to lose support. It's not happening. It ain't happening. Okay? So the celebration was way premature. You also have this. Just a reminder, and this is very telling right here. Just a reminder. Ron DeSantis never planned on beating Trump in the primary. His plan was to maintain the number 2 spot in hopes that Biden's DOJ takes out Trump and clears this path for nomination. This is arguably more disgusting than the former. It really is. And this is exactly what I think DeSantis is. That's the whole method behind it. You look at the polls right now, it's bad. It's really, really bad right now for DeSantis and his entire campaign. Because if you actually go look, if we look at this right here, you find it right here. Trump's not dividing the party. Trump is the party. Anyone who doesn't back Trump at this point are the only ones dividing. You see right here. Trump, 59%. This is the post-DeSantis announcement poll. He got no bump. It's over. You're not touching him. This is not happening. Now, as I've said, DeSantis had every opportunity to run with Trump or just endorse Trump and keep Florida locked down for the Republicans in 2024. If he would have done that, Ron DeSantis would have been the golden boy of 2028. No one would have touched DeSantis. And I said this many times, that I thought Ron DeSantis had the ability to be a transcendent political figure in our lifetimes until he did this. Doing this was a monumental backfire for him. Now, again, that's with it's believing maybe the whole plan is exactly what this account right here said, though. Maybe this was the plan right here. Maybe it is for him to be the number 2 spot until, they lock Trump up or whatever they're going to do, because we know that they're going to try anything and everything. We know that this is their plan. And maybe that's what DeSantis and his campaign are thinking, and the rhinos are thinking. And to me, that's even worse. That is even worse than just running up directly. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Robert Barnes and Roger Stone. They saw the moves being made on the chessboard. I got to get Robert Barnes on here to CobraCast as much as we talk about this stuff. And Robert Barnes is clearly plugged into it. Now, you got right here. Have you heard about Ron DeSanctimonious wants to change his name again? He is demanding that people call him DeSantis rather than DeSantis. Actually, I like "duh" better, a nicer flow. So I am happy he is changing it. He gets very upset when people, including reporters, don't pronounce it correctly. Therefore, he shouldn't mind DeSanctimonious. Trump is such a troll, dude. Oh, but here's this was funny right here. Look at this. Look at this right here. This is fantastic. Sure. This reporter on Fox accidentally said something.
Tuesday in New Hampshire. And of course, Iowa is where everybody starts. That's why DeSantis and Trump are there.
He said DeSantis. Trump is getting in their heads now. This man called him DeSantis one more time.
Tuesday in New Hampshire. And of course, Iowa is where everybody starts. That's why DeSantis and Trump are there this week. We'll see if Christie doubles back to go there soon. My guess is he will.
Says he's expected to make an announcement at a
He called him DeSantis. Holy crap, dude. That's the best thing I've ever seen. That was so funny when I saw that. I'm like, are you kidding me? Now here's Chad Prather. How do you say his fucking name? This is pathetic. I don't care who you are. This is unacceptable and unhinged. Kayleigh McEnany took bullets for this man. We have a guy in the White House destroying this country, and you go after her? It's become an absolute joke. Go ahead and cry. Go ahead and whine. Go ahead. Dave Rubin was crying about it. Ben Shapiro was crying about it. Guess what? Trump's still gaining more support every single day. Every single day. Kayleigh Milquetoast McEnany just gave out the wrong poll numbers on Fox News. I am 34 points up on DeSantis, not 25. While 25 is great, it's not 34. She knew the number was corrected upwards by the group that did the poll. The rhinos and globalists can have her. Fox News should only use real stars. I love it. I love it. Now, this is why I want to emphasize this. Look at this story right here. Petty workers from Fox News swooped in and dismantled Tucker Carlson's main recording studio just as he was preparing to take his show to Twitter. DailyMail.com has learned exclusively. That's the company that Hannity's working for. That's the McEnany company, the company that McEnany is becoming the superstar of. Do you really want to really fall on the sword that Kayleigh McEnany is the person we need to, put all of our support behind when she's elevating up the roster at Fox News? Okay, go for that. But at the end of the day, I'm going to stand with Trump. I'm going to continue to stand with Trump because he usually only counter punches. And again, I like Kayleigh McEnany. I'm not sitting here telling you that I hate her. I'm not. She's smoking hot, and she was a great White House press secretary, and she would destroy those reporters. She absolutely would. But she seems that she's backing off, and she's been critical of Trump, the guy that gave her the job. And so, okay, you can go after Trump, and people are going to criticize you for it. That's how this works. That's how it works. But I do think that now look at this right here. DeSantis has around 1,500 combined viewers across 3 major social media platforms right now. This is embarrassing. Ladies and gentlemen, I have 1,300 watching CobraCast right now on one platform. I have nearly as many people watching me right now at 12 Central, 1 a.m. Eastern than DeSantis had on 3 platforms. What have I been saying about DeSantis? Let's repeat one more time, just so we're clear. I've always been a fan of Ron DeSantis. I love what he did in the state of Florida. I will not back off of those claims. He did a great job in the state of Florida. He's been a great governor. He was the best governor in the country, in my opinion. And as a Floridian, I was very happy. Very happy. And I wanted him to remain here, and I wanted him to prepare himself for a 2028 run, which I would have fully supported in every way possible. But then you decided that you wanted to go after Trump and turn your back on him after he gave you everything. And that is the problem that I have right now. That is the problem. Now, with that said, there is a video, and we're gonna react to it really quickly. And it's right here. Here's the DeSantis war room right here.
So you talked about changing your tone a little bit with former President Trump. I don't believe you mentioned him here by name tonight, but does this mean you're going to be a bit more aggressive with campaigning against him?
So look, I'm going to respond to attacks. I mean, if you say Cuomo did a better job with COVID than Florida did, first of all, that's not what he used to say. This is like new. Like 6 months ago, he would have never said that, right? He used to say how great Florida was. Hell, his whole family moved to Florida under my governorship. Are you kidding me? So some of this stuff, I think, is, look, if someone is saying that, I am gonna counterpunch. I'm gonna fight back on it. I'm gonna focus my fire on Biden. And I think he should do the same. He gives Biden a free pass. I'm focusing on Biden. That's my focus.
Okay, so that was said. Okay, now right here. And I saw you, American Legend says, "Come on now, Jeremy, that Trump turned on DeSantis before DeSantis." That is absolutely not true in any way, shape, or form. I would suggest that you stop listening to paid DeSantis shills. Donald Trump is the only reason that Ron DeSantis was even remembered. No one would know Ron DeSantis's name without Donald Trump supporting him and basically handing him the governorship of the state of Florida. And DeSantis had no problem with Trump when he needed him. But Trump has already laid all of this out. And It was reported for months that DeSantis was preparing to run for president. That is when Trump started criticizing him, when he learned that DeSantis was actively working against him behind the scenes to prepare to run for president. Guess what DeSantis is doing now? He's running for president. So once again, Trump was right. Trump came out, found out information about DeSantis working behind his back to run for president, and Trump called him out on it. And guess what? Trump was right once again. But let's listen to this response right here to the DeSantis comments.
I think if that was taking the gloves off, we better take a long, hard look at those gloves because they seem lacy and white, and he removed them very gently and slowly. I don't think that was a particularly good take, and here's why, right? He says, oh, his whole family moved to Florida under my governorship. Yeah, and you are governor because of what he did in endorsing you. And that's how you got there in the first instance. He's also had Mar-a-Lago for a very long time that predates Governor DeSantis, by the way. And the other part of it is, well, he couldn't exactly live in Midtown Manhattan anymore, right? So it doesn't work at a logical level. And here's why I don't think it works at a campaigning level either. So Trump is obviously using this Cuomo thing, not because he believes it, but he's using it as a cudgel. He's using it as a draw to get these people to come out and attack him back. And the funny thing is, it works. He baited them successfully. They're now being defensive about a value proposition that a few months ago they were claiming was their killer app, right? The COVID stuff, the task force, the Fauci, the vaccines, the Florida, all of that interrelated. But now somehow they're defending on that same issue.
He's right.
I think if
he's 100% right. He's 100% right. And even I didn't catch that because I said, what is Trump doing? What is he doing? Why is he, again, so this is for all the people that claim that I just blindly support Trump and I blindly will just agree with anything he says. No, he even trolled me because when he called out DeSantis over this Cuomo thing, and I'm like, what are you doing, Trump? That's clearly not true. It's clearly not true. Ron DeSantis clearly did a better job than Cuomo. Okay? So I don't think this is a fair criticism. What is he doing? Do you know what he was doing? He was baiting them because he is a master at this. He is a Jedi master. Nobody is on this dude's level. Nobody. And that is the whole point. He baited them and they walked right into it. Speaking of walking right into it, Alec Baldwin's finger for 50 gifted memberships. We got to celebrate, man. We got to celebrate. How are we going to celebrate? We got to celebrate with Trump calling out the media or something. I got to have a clip somewhere here. Here we go. For Alec Baldwin's finger, all right? For Alec Baldwin's finger, dropping 50 gifted memberships. Here we go.
To call Biden a criminal. Why is that?
He is a criminal. He's a criminal. He got caught. Read his laptop. And you know who's a criminal? You're a criminal for not reporting it. You are a criminal for not reporting it. Let me tell you something. Joe Biden is a criminal, and he's been a criminal for a long time. And you're a criminal in the media for not reporting it. Good luck, everybody. Have a good...
I love it. Oh, God, I love it. So funny. Thank you, Alec Baldwin's finger. I hope you're doing good, buddy. Let's try not to get your Google account shut down again like you did that one stream, though. Again, if you want to send more, you can, but I don't want your Google account. I literally messaged him because Alec Baldwin's finger came in the chat. I think it was like CobraCast that later that night, and he's like, my Google account got shut down or something, or temporarily blocked from all the gifted memberships and super chats. And I think you had to send a member message when you said that. And I saw him message you on Twitter. I'm like, bro, it all good? He goes, bro, I'm all good. I'm going camping for a few days. I'll see you later. I'm like, okay, bro. I met Alec Baldwin's finger at our Vegas meetup. So good peeps. And he don't miss. He does not miss. Yeah, but so Trump 100% trolled. He completely baited them into that, and they are walking right into it. The dude is just on another level. The dude just knows how to troll. That's just a fact. And even I was like, what are you doing, Trump? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Blah, 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 blah. Well, we found out why. So, yeah, so this guy right here, Representative Chip Roy takes a dig at Kayleigh McEnany right here. Here we go. Thought there was something on my microphone there. So right here, this is pretty funny. And you could tell when he said it, he had a smirk.
Starting with you, Congressman Chip Roy, what is the realistic alternative to this? Because I understand we wouldn't formally default. We can pay the interest on our debt, but our debt could be downgraded and that could be catastrophic. So what is the realistic alternative to this deal?
Well, thanks, Kayleigh. First of all, everything that we're seeing out of the bill that was put forward, this deal, this hatch this weekend, is pretty milquetoast, if that word might mean something to you. But frankly, the real problem we face is the
holy
starting
shit.
with you,
Holy
Congressman
shit,
Chip Roy.
bro. If that word might mean something to you, one more time.
What is the realistic alternative to this? Because I understand we wouldn't formally default. We can pay the interest on our debt, but our debt could be downgraded and that could be catastrophic. So what is the realistic alternative to this deal?
Well, thanks, Kayleigh. First of all, everything that we're seeing out of the bill that was put forward, this deal, this hatch this weekend, is pretty milquetoast, if that word might mean something to you. But frankly,
oh, it's good. That is good right there. That is good. You love to see it right there. That is fantastic. Wanted to see, I was trying to see. I didn't even see this clip right here. This is Mark Levin interviewing Trump. I haven't even seen this, but it's on my feed, so let's watch it real quick. I haven't seen this clip.
I've talked to a lot of important people. Supreme Court justices, presidents, presidential candidates, brilliant people. And talking with you is really the most impressive conversation I've had. Number one, there's very few people who could sit there and speak the way you do, from subject to subject to subject to subject. If people would let you speak and actually listen to you, while you have the enormous pressure on your shoulders of these grand juries and other things going on, and you still are able to do it. That is absolutely remarkable. And as you go through the history of your presidency, and I read these letters in this book, it was a phenomenal presidency. Phenomenal presidency. And the reason you don't get the credit that you deserve is because perhaps that's going to be up to history. When people look back and say, wait a minute, he was right about this, this, and this, and so forth.
Well, I don't watch Mark Levin. He's kind of like, he talks really fucking slow. So I was hoping for something more there, but I guess we weren't going to get it. But I agree with what he's saying, but he's pretty damn boring when it comes down to it. Let's see, but I don't watch him, so I don't know much about him. A lot of people in the chat did not like him, apparently. So, but here's this. So again, this is something that many people have shared, and this is how Trump is. And this is why he goes after, this is why he will not stand for you stabbing him in the back.
You see, I'm so loyal to people, and maybe I'm loyal to a fault, but I'm so loyal to people that when somebody's slightly disloyal to me, I look upon it as a great act of horror.
And how are you different than you were 3 or 4 years ago?
Well, I used to say, and in fact, I think I said in my first book that, and maybe this was foolish, but I really meant it, that someday I'd like to maybe lose everything for a period of time to see who's loyal and who's not loyal. And I found out a lot of things.
Did you find out who's loyal and not loyal?
I tell you what, and you can't guess it. You can't.
Music's kind of loud.
And predict it. You think certain people would be loyal no matter what, and it turns out that they're not, and you just can't predict it. It's very difficult.
And that
I think I would have treated people differently. I think that some of the people that were most loyal to me are people that I didn't think would be. Some of the people that were least loyal to me are people that I think I would have treated them differently. I think I would have treated different groups differently. I would have wiped the floor with the guys that weren't loyal, which I will now do, which is like, I love getting even with people. But I will.
Slow up. You love getting even.
Oh, absolutely. You don't believe in the eye for the eye. You do.
No.
I know you well enough. I think you do. But anyway,
But tell me, I mean, you're going to get even with some people. Because
yeah, I know, if given the opportunity, I will get even with some people who are disloyal to me. Come on, Joe. Even though you didn't endorse me. He's not forgotten. I never forget.
I love it. It is some crime boss shit, and I love it. That's what we need more of, you know? Fuck these people, man. At the end of the day, have you seen it? We've seen what they did. We watched the Clintons, the Obamas, the FBI, the DOJ. They've all lied about him, and the media supported it. They've all made up lies. They've all done it, and we're sick and tired of it. They have labeled MAGA supporters like alt-right Yahtzees. They have called MAGA supporters the worst names in the book. They've been attacked. We've been attacked nonstop. Trump has been lied about nonstop, and we're sick and fucking tired of it. This is why I support this man more than, like, I've always liked Trump. I've always thought he was an entertaining guy. It's not like I worship the ground the man walks on. Trump is a symbol because they have made him a symbol. Because they have stopped at nothing to paint him and anyone that voted for him to be the bad guy. The more you do that, the more people are motivated to go, I am not here to bend the knee to your nonsense. They have created this. The media, the left, Hollywood, big tech, and a lot of the Republicans, they created it. They created the MAGA movement. And it was all started by Trump, but they really created it with all of their hate and their lies and their smear campaigns. They did that. That's what this is all about. MAGA is bigger than Trump, but it doesn't do anything without Trump, if that makes sense. MAGA is bigger than Trump, but without Trump, it is nothing. It's kind of a weird dynamic there, but he is the symbol of it. But it does transcend him in ways. But without him, it's nothing. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable how detached from reality these freaks are. MAGA is Trump's legacy. Yeah. 2012 Jameson says, what is not woke? That Star Wars girl calendar. Yeah, I know Anna had her new calendar announcement recently. So congratulations to her. James Klug has a video from Portland State, and a pink-haired weirdo attacked him and Dr. Pete Boghossian. I don't watch James Klug. I'll have to look that up, though. Maticus Finch says, if we have learned anything at this point, it's that whenever Trump calls somebody out and pulls them into the spotlight, it's for a good reason. Absolutely. Absolutely. Trump needs to bring back Kellyanne Conway as campaign manager, approval winner. I like Kellyanne Conway, and again, I like Kayleigh McEnany. That doesn't mean that they can't be fucking criticized. Johnny Wiz goes, hey Jeremy, I'm doing okay. Currently in Clarksville, Tennessee. Got my crazy awesome TV with me. Had to pick it up in Milwaukee. Just got to haul it home to Texas. Woof. Be safe, brother. Glad you're doing well. GM Steelhaven, MCU fan must think you are Tim Cast. F him. Yeah, MCU fan is losing in the chat. And I see Alec Ball's fingers still going at it. Oh, man. MCU fan having fun in the chat. MCU fan takes it. I don't even know what that is. But I know what it is, but I ain't gonna try to pronounce that shit. God, MCU fan. Sushi, MCU fan eats the poo-poo. MCU fan, what are you doing tonight? How many MCU fans are there, Can Man? How many MCU fans are there in the chat? I don't even know. I can't keep up. MCU fans, mama got one big titty and one little bitty, and they call the bitch Biggie Smalls. What the? Oh, God. Bruh for $4.99 says, bruh. Brockatron, people like someone else more than DeSantis, LOL. Yes. Thunderer's Wraith says, doesn't matter, Jeremy, Trump or bust. If Trump were sidelined, MAGA isn't supporting DeSantis. I'd rather an enemy I know than one that stabs you in the back. Honestly, it's a weird dynamic, man. If you would have told me 6 months ago that I would be in a situation where I'm considering like not even voting for DeSantis if he was the nominee for whatever reason, I would have called that. There's no way in hell I would have believed that. DeSantis gets worse by the day right now. Worse by the day. He becomes less and less trustworthy and more slimy and looks more and more like Mitt Romney every single day to me. That's how it comes off. And I know we have people in our chat that are DeSantis supporters. And again, I got nothing against you. We clearly disagree, but I appreciate you because you clearly like to hear me out and hear my opinions. And I respect that. But I'm just not a fan of DeSantis at this point, and his behavior has been insane. DeSantis foreign policy is trash. Ron and Don are being played by the deep state. Let me see. Mitch McConnell lost 2018 by pulling money from MAGA candidates. 2018 was lost by RNC, and RNC is a bunch of losers. RNC is terrible. Cellular Dream, Trump is a massa beta. He gonna come. DM says, shame on Fox anchors for not defending Tucker. Well, yeah, I mean, like, again, it doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter. Like, we've seen everybody. Alex Jones, they took Alex Jones down. They took down Tucker Carlson, the #1 guy in all of news media. They took him down. It didn't matter that he was #1. They took him down. They took Trump down. They took him off social media. They took him off social media. They got him out of the White House, and they're doing everything they can to keep him out of the White House again. The more popular you are, the more successful you are, the worse it is. That's just the reality of the situation. And yeah, I mean, the Fox anchors won't defend Tucker because they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to. Ehab says, I don't want economic collapse, but I'd rather it happen now, so I pay for it, not my kids. Respectable take. Piano Dean, anyone who says socks can't be haunted has obviously never been to Haunted Sock Gulch, Haunted Sock Cavern, or Haunted Sock, Utah. I have no idea what you're talking about, but that is some vital information we needed, Piano Dean. So thank you very much. We appreciate that. Donut Fit says, it will be so difficult to choose the next MAGA king after DeSantis. You have to be so careful to identify who's authentic. Very true. Alexander says, Trump's video today about America's 250th is awesome. I hope to see all of you in Iowa 2026. The more Trump is persecuted, the more I love him. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too. That is exactly how I feel about it. The more they go after him, the more I want to support him. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier gifts a D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you. So we got Alec Baldwin's finger dropped 50 earlier, not again, but 50. So we have 51 members tonight, brand new members of the 199 representing. And I appreciate all of you. You guys are the best. You really are. Thank you to Phil TMNT for the tweeting that I am live right now. Thank you. I appreciate that. That is awesome. I know that there was some stuff with this Gavin Wax guy. I guess he did he did a Twitter space. I have not listened to it. I don't know if it's worth listening to. But I'm interested to hear his take on it for sure. But I don't know. And then I guess he did an interview with, who did he do an interview with? The guy that was fired from the Blaze. Who did he do an interview with? You guys are going to say his name here in a minute. Elijah Schaffer. He did an interview with Elijah Schaffer. I don't know if it's good, but Gavin was the guy that Babylon be fired. Yes. So he did an interview with Elijah Schaffer. I don't know if that's worth looking into. I am interested to hear his take. Let's see. Elijah Schaffer. see. And Gavin Wax, is that his name? Gavin Wax? Gavin Wax. So let's see. I'm looking for it now. Okay, I found it. Let's see if this is good.
The wrong side, it looks like things can get hot. It looks like perhaps we are our biggest enemy. And I want to talk to you today about a crazy story that happened from the Babylon Bee. Their VP of marketing, Gavin Wax, was fired publicly in what was supposed to be a humiliating ritual to shame him for defending himself. And we're going to talk about that right now. Gavin Wax, welcome to Slightly Offensive for the first time.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here, and thank you for calling attention to this.
Yeah, so let's just jump right into this. I mean, this is absolutely crazy what happened. So I'm going to bring this up on the screen. You were in a fight with Christina Pushaw. Let's bring this right up here. So you tweeted something out, pretty innocuous, saying, "Hey, Christina Pushaw, what's your fucking problem?" And let's just start there. Why did you tweet this out, and who's Christina Pushaw?
Christina Pushaw is probably the most senior DeSantis surrogate. I believe her current position now is Director of Rapid Response. She's kind of effectively a Twitter troll. She's a bit of a stalker, and she's involved in a lot of the campaigns we're seeing online being waged by these DeSimps, these DeSantis proxies, and their army of bots that prop up their messaging. I previously had a cordial relationship with Christina online. I've never met her before, but we would occasionally retweet each other, like each other's stuff. Everything was very simpatico. And that began to change once I personally endorsed President Donald J. Trump, and when the organization I run, the New York Republican Club, came out and endorsed President Donald J. Trump. I believe at the time she was trying to solicit me and others, as she's been doing for a while, for DeSantis's potential run, which has now become official. But basically, I've become aware since I endorsed President Donald Trump and the club endorsed him that she's been involved in a smear campaign and a defamation campaign against me behind the scenes, blackballing me, attacking me, and I believe placing hit pieces on me. This has come to me through the grapevine. So I've been kind of just biting my lip in regards to her. I haven't called her out publicly before. I haven't attacked her. She's been the subject of a lot of attacks. Some of which are valid, some, maybe we could debate if they're valid or not, but she's certainly been on the receiving end of a lot of attacks, just not from me. That changed kind of recently, where I noticed that a hit piece came out on me about some, job that I previously had. We can get into that as well, but one of these accounts, Max Nordau, who's a notorious DeSantis supporter, he put up a tweet trying to implicate me or insinuate that I was involved in some kind of criminality with a former boss of mine. He knows it's not true. He knows it's baseless, but Christina Pushaw liked it. And I know she's been liking and pushing out this narrative that I've had.
She got them crazy eyes, man. She got them crazy eyes. Holy shit, there's more pictures of her. Yes, you got crazy eyes.
With this, or I'm involved. I mean, it's ludicrous. And I called her out. I said, what's your fucking problem? Here I am saying it again. I did this after work. I did this on my own time. And I'm just kind of disgusted in her actions. Thereafter,
what the fuck? Holy shit. Bro, that's crazy eyes right there. Woo! Holy shit. We gotta meme that. That's like the crazy ex-girlfriend, or that's your crazy girlfriend right there, bro. Holy crap. Wow.
Seth Dillon, who was my boss, and we can get into my position, the background, and him, but I'll talk about just the incident first. I guess we could work our way back. He came out and then just decided to publicly join this pile-on. Him, Jenna Ellis, all these different characters were coming at me, and my boss came at me, someone I had a good professional working relationship with. Instead of coming to defend me or messaging me on the side, he decided to belittle me in public, and then he responded to me in public, he messaged me. He responded to me in public, so I responded in public. He said, "What's your problem?" And tweeting with the "B in your bio doesn't work for me." And then I replied to him because he asked me a question. And I said, yeah, well, I don't think being accused of criminality works for me. And then he fired me publicly. He said we could take that off. But there's some details there that have become a little more murky since he's gone on Twitter Spaces. And he's made even more dumb comments online. I think he's spiraling. But I'll start there and we can break it down.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what I think is pretty ridiculous. If people don't understand what's going on here, we are given a situation where an employee is fired publicly on Twitter. Now, like, I love how people argue this is unprofessional, as if we're not in 2023 and our companies are not run by millennials and Gen Z, and literal unprofessionalism has become the new standard. It feels that way. Am I wrong? It seems like companies that there's no like code of conduct, there's no like handbooks. It's sort of run like giant frat houses, and your conduct is always okay until they don't like you, and then they want to use your conduct against you to get you out. Am I reading that wrong?
No, you're right on the money there. I mean, there was no policy. There's never been a previous discussion about my tweeting, my posting. I mean, to give background, when I first joined the Bee at the end of last year, I was very open about my political activities, my writing. I do a lot of opinion writing. I do obviously a lot of social commentary on Twitter, on shows like this. I run a political organization. They all loved that. They loved it at the Bee. They hired me. They knew all of this. And you know, one of the things that was a selling point for joining them during my negotiations with them was that I would be given bandwidth to continue my activities and it wouldn't bother them. And they have a policy, not a policy, they have a general office environment there where they have Slack channels dedicated to promoting each other's social content, promoting each other's posts, and they retweet each other and they put it out there. And the Bee has employs numerous people that could be described as influencers who have much larger followings than me, who post regularly, who post edgy things, who post things that could be construed in any number of ways, and they post in vulgarity far worse than anything I posted. And they do that regularly. They do that during office hours. And there's never been any public ridicule of them. They've never been fired. They've never been reprimanded. I've never once been reprimanded at all at the Bee for anything, for posting or otherwise. Seth was actually trying to.
So he's never been reprimanded at all, according to him. And we have to qualify that, even though I'm based on the information we have, I'm on this guy's side 100%, and not on the side of Seth Dillon. So if that's the case, you've never been reprimanded at all, then Seth Dillon was lying. And I tend to believe that Seth Dillon was lying because Seth Dillon seemed very, very disingenuous the whole time during that Twitter space. Very disingenuous.
Give me a revenue share agreement because he wanted to pay me more because he said my numbers were good. He wants me to share in the profit. So he was actively trying to give me a rev share agreement. He and his brother publicly praised me in numerous work calls that I was on and I wasn't on. So I had nothing but, high marks there. And he decided to, attack me, a loyal employee who was working to make him money, working very hard, frankly. He tried to attack me publicly, fired me publicly. He wanted to humiliate me in this kind of struggle session, very Soviet-esque. And he expected me just to take it. Well, yeah, I understand he's my boss, but I have some self-respect, I have some dignity. And if you're going to attack me publicly after I'm defending myself, yeah, I'm going to push back. He could have privately messaged me. He could have done numerous things. Had he messaged me, I would have, and he asked me to take the tweet down or he'd asked me to cool off, I would have done that. I would have consented, absolutely. This was after work. He's never had a problem with me. My tone and tenor on Twitter has been exactly the same for over a year. I'm using a year as if it matters. For forever. I've had the same tone and tenor on Twitter for the same volume of posting, etc. He's never had an issue with it, and now he made a giant public spectacle. He doubled down. The next morning, he was out tweeting more about it. Then he joined a public Twitter space that I think was listened to by 160,000 plus people last I checked, where he continued to smear me, defame me. He even tried to attack my work and my quality of work and insinuate I wasn't doing a good job. And then he left the call, that space, and he came back after he supposedly had a meeting with his family. I think he was talking to lawyers.
Wait.
And I think they told him what the.
He came back to that space? I stopped listening when he first left. That means he came back? I didn't fucking know he came back. Maybe we should react more. I did not know he came back. I had no idea. Because we did a reaction on the last CobraCast. I had no idea he came back.
The hell are you doing? He came back on. He was totally different. He even tried to almost at one point claim I wasn't fired. And then he refused to answer questions. And he kind of beat around the bush. And he publicly admitted that he does not apply disciplinary standards at the company equally or consistently, because people were asking him, well, if you fired Gavin for vulgarity, why did you not fire any of these people for similar vulgarity? So he had no answers. He was backpedaling. He was changing his position, his tune, moving the goalposts. And I think he showed himself for who he really was. I think he exposed himself. I think he exposed his company's brand. He's gone into a massive PR crisis because of this. He tried to come after me and claim I was unchristian and all these other things and attack me in the most self-righteous, sanctimonious way while not practicing what he preached.
You guys are saying, well, I know he left when Laura Loomer came in, but he said after he had spent time with his family, he came back. And there was still like an hour and a half left on that thing when I stopped listening to it.
He himself, not just his employees, he himself has used vulgarity, have gone after people for a whole litany of things. He himself has come out publicly and proclaimed that you should defend yourself, that you should, always fight and speak truth to power, and free speech, has a cost, but you should always be willing to stand up for your beliefs and principles. He's even specifically said publicly on Twitter that it's not unchristian to defend yourself from slander. So he could be eating his own words all day with all the stuff we have, and we've shown or I've shown and others have shown that he said it's just moral hypocrisy at its best. And I think he really got himself into a bad spot here.
Dude, Gavin, the best of not just of luck, but may God's power actually be with you. On a Christian proverb there, may actually the wisdom of God be with you. We need real fighters in this game. We don't need people just taking money and being quiet. We won 2016 through memes, through vulgarity, through being tough, through not being bitches, through actually trying and pushing and actually asking the right questions and defending ourselves. And we have to pick our battles. Sometimes
for those tuning in, yes. So this is Gavin Wax. This is the guy that was fired publicly by the Babylon Bee. And so he did an interview with Elijah Schaffer. A lot of people asked me to react to this last time. I didn't have time to do it last time. So we're listening to it now to get the take from Gavin Wax.
You do have to be silent. Sometimes it is good to be quiet and ignore things, especially when they're just stupid or it's no reason to give light to them. But in this case, defending yourself and just trying to be out there and getting punished for it, that's really the sad thing about it. And this is why people don't defend themselves. This is why we lose, because look at what message this shows. You want to defend yourself, you're going to get punished. You didn't even have an NDA and you still got fired. Imagine what the rest of the entire right wing goes through when they would like to defend themselves. But imagine what would happen if they actually tried to do that. They'd probably get punished and those types of things. So the fact that you're standing on your feet and you're here, I'm just so happy for that. Thank you so much. If people want to find you, if they want to follow you and they want to support your work, where's the best places they can keep up with you?
So that's looks to be the end of it right there. I mean, so again, all that did is confirm that Seth Dillon is 100% full of shit, man. I mean, he is absolutely full of shit. That's what that proves. So, I mean, that is everything we thought when we listened to Seth Dillon in that Twitter space. It was 100% confirmed through that video right there. Now, I do have this Twitter space pulled up. So this is exactly where I left off. I left off at 1:11 and it still had a fucking 2 hours left, essentially.
I have a lot of respect for that fact. I want to shift topics just a little bit here.
So let's see if he re-enters.
In terms of, more about questions like how many times did he talk?
I'm working in the background. Go ahead, Alex. Well, I like
Palm Beach, who was personally, again after posting.
Essentially, is that risk
Across my back, Gavin Wax, and at the
have you deleted in the past week?
Oh, yep, there he is. There he is.
name out there. And Banter,
He
you're
came back.
Really a nasty guy. You were complaining.
Turn up
about
the volume.
Christina
Can you hear it?
Being criticized for her appearance, and believe me, there's a lot of material there to work with, a lot of Botox to work with.
Can you guys hear it? Is the volume good? Let me know.
And then you were posting pictures of GOP Josh's face. He's 16 years old, and this is the first time you're cyberbullying. So, Banji, that's
full of did. And
right, he's
first
back
of all,
right
I
here.
don't know how old he was. I don't care how old he is. If you come on Twitter and you make a disparaging, vicious comment about a woman saying that her face is so full of Botox that it doesn't move, the idea that it's improper.
That Banji, that's
Let
a
me
fact.
finish what I'm saying.
I never said that, to be clear.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. What did you say? Give the exact quote, Josh. Exact quote.
I'll put it up so it'll stay and you can read it. I'll put it up on the space.
Great. Give the exact quote.
But is that a fact, Bunch?
Guys,
Have you
one
seen her
second,
speak?
one second. Seth is back. I'm not
sorry.
sure.
I'm not. I'm not going to. I'm not going to get
Bunty.
into these. I'm not going to get into these. What?
1 second, bro. Seth is back. Oh, he dropped again. Oh, go ahead now, Bunchy. I was gonna bring Seth back in.
And look, let me just finish this because I know nobody cares about this. This is a little
No,
Twitter
Bunchy. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm going straight to you. What I was saying was, I just.
Why is this so funny to listen to? Like, there's like people that you should have respect for a lot of these people, and this just shows how they are not the mature ones at all.
Just finish your point because Seth is back, so I do want some of the things.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's way more important than me. I get it. Look, the point is this: Christina Pushaw did nothing to GOP Josh. He lashed out talking about her physical appearance, and I posted his picture that's on his profile, and I said, "This is the person who's talking about somebody else's appearance." That was I'd have to go look up the exact quote, but that was what I was saying. Now, Alex cropped out the tweet that I was quoting. You cropped it out so that.
Let me get a couple of these real quick. You got time to talk about the Veritas suing O'Keefe? I did see a little clip of that, so maybe we can look into that before the show ends. G&G got a shout out on the Wilcox majority. Really? I'm not familiar with the Wilcox majority on XM 225. Are we familiar with this? That's awesome. I'll have to check that one out. So Wilcox majority, Geeks and Gamers got a shout out. Okay, that's cool. Tara Reid is looking to flee to Russia, apparently. To look into that one too. June is no longer Pride Month, it's boycott month. John Smith, hey Jeremy, I don't get to watch all the time, so sorry I've missed this, but are you familiar with John Cardillo? Has he got the beard of shame yet? Is that the paid DeSantis shill? Wilco. Okay. Wilco. Okay. Wilco. All right. So I'll have to look into that. So you guys are familiar with them? All right. That's cool. Awesome. If somebody can get a timestamp for me and put it in the snake pit, Hailstorm and Jed, Hollywood Scholar, are here and they can look in the snake pit. And if you guys can get me a timestamp, we'll listen to what they said. But yeah, I think this is this guy, this paid Twitter guy. Alexander says, snake pit. The snake noise of the snake pit. There we go. Alec Baldwin's finger, who don't miss. Babylon B is troll news. Wax is a professional troll. Yes, exactly. All right, let's continue.
People couldn't see I was responding to someone, and here's my point.
Bunchy, like when you crop out the dates of the payments from Save America PAC, you're one of the biggest spreaders of the propaganda that I was paid $35,000 to attack DeSantis. And
Find
that's a lie.
Find a tweet where
you crop out the dates.
No, I think you're confused.
I always listen to my chat. Always. You are welcome, Ashley. We love the chat. We love the snake pit.
And me with somebody else. I've never even called you the $35,000 man. So, I mean, Dave and Max, other people have made that joke about you. I don't even call you that. In fact, every time I respond to you.
Bro, I love you, but you absolutely worship the ground Trump walks on, and that's okay, but be honest with yourself. And just because you criticize someone doesn't mean you don't worship the ground them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what your definition of worship the ground that anybody walks on, but criticizing someone fairly when you disagree with them is the literal opposite of worshiping them. Holy fuck. God damn. I've fucking went off on Trump over his boomer takes on fucking video games. Made videos on it on Geeks and Gamers, talked about it many times. And yes, literally criticizing someone that you're a fan of is the definition of not worshiping them. Yes, that's what that fucking means. The fuck are you talking about? Do you understand what worship means? Holy shit. So, no, that's not the case at all. But I appreciate your feedback.
It's something where you're lying, or how many posts have you deleted in the past week where you've said something false and then you realize it's false?
All right, guys.
So,
guys.
No, I do that. Let me finish my point about the.
No, guys, you guys are just basically, it's about a personal thing, and I'm not really bothered about it. It's boring. So let me go to Seth. Seth, thanks for coming back. Laura has sent us well, any thoughts you've got initially, but in addition to that, Laura has sent some payments that were made by yourself to DeSantis's team, DeSantis's PAC. So
And
I'd
I
just like
sent
to-
you I also sent you the screenshots right now so you can see everything I'm saying is true, because I take great offense to being called a liar. And I'm really tired of people saying that I'm like crazy and that I'm a conspiracy theorist. And, you know, that's what the left did to me for 5 years when they deplatformed me and banned me everywhere for posting and breaking the story about Omar marrying her brother.
So just a recap for everybody here, because I see some people in the chat are like not knowing what's going on. So this is the last CobraCast we did a reaction to this Seth Dillon Twitter space where he fired one of his employees publicly. It was a complete train wreck. It stopped about what was it, 1:11 in, and it was like an hour and 11 minutes that went in, and then he left. He left the call, and I stopped at that point in time. I didn't realize that he came back. So he left for a little while, then he came back. So essentially what we're doing is the chat was telling me that, hey, yeah, he came, or we were reacting to an interview that the chat wanted me to react to. And in that interview, he said Seth Dillon came back. So now we're listening to it again. And it really is Mean Girls for politicians is all this is. It's embarrassing, it's cringe, but it's really funny to listen to it. But Seth Dillon is back, and now he's going to start talking a lot more. So that's just kind of set the table for you guys that might be confused.
Brother and being an anti-Semite. Like, it's really disgusting how they use these leftist talking points to try to like say that, oh, she's like mentally ill or unstable or she's unwell or, you know, she's a conspiracy theorist. Everything that I've said has turned out to be true. I always provide documentation to back up what I'm saying. So it's just really, it's really disgusting.
So Laura, let me go to Seth. Seth, go ahead, bro.
Can I say that real quickly? Just
No, 1 second, Chief. Let Seth go. Chief, go ahead. Sorry, Seth, go ahead.
What am I responding to? I'm not sure what I've missed.
All right, Cos. Yeah. So what you missed was, since you've been gone, Laura has provided images and evidences of two things. The first thing is payments from.
They're so desperate to let Seth talk, even though he doesn't even have anything to say. And you got all these other speakers. Holy shit.
Payments to Babylon B, which went up to 2022. And the second thing is your and so the final payment, one payment was on the 8th of March 2022 of $1,500. The second one was 23rd of March 2022, which was $5,000. And then your personal donations, one of which is £250 on the in 2021, and the second one on 2022 on the 13th of October, which was $40,000. So I believe that you, so that was the first thing, and then I'll go on to the other messages afterwards. But I believe you said previously that the last time there was any kind of donation or any type of money received by Babylon B was on 2021.
No, I said that the screenshot that everybody's sharing crops off the dates. That screenshot was of payments from 2021, I believe, for list rentals. That's what I said earlier. So I guess I'm there all of this, the questions about payments that we receive or what they're for. We're not always at liberty to disclose things like that. A lot of business relationships have contractual agreements that restrict what you can say about that. I had made comments to Laura in more detail that I believed were off the record. She didn't honor that. And I guess, she claims that she said that she never I guess consenting to going off the record.
It was just all over text. We didn't have a verbal conversation. It was text
and
messages.
I wanted to, before I spoke to you, I wanted to make sure that it was off the record because I wasn't at liberty to.
But it doesn't say in the text messages off the record. You never said off the record.
You can get really specific into the semantics. Obviously, I was concerned about what I was saying to you as if you were talking to me as a journalist or not. So it's very frustrating that you're now sharing the information that was shared with you privately, publicly. I'm not ashamed of these things. A lot of these things are protected by agreements where there's non-confidentiality. You're not allowed to speak about them publicly. I can say definitively and factually and deny categorically that we have ever been paid to attack Trump on behalf of DeSantis or any affiliate of DeSantis, any PAC, We are a satire site. We make jokes. That's what we do. We're not in anybody's pocket. We don't choose sides. We will run email campaigns for anybody. We will consult and do speech writing for anybody who wants to punch up jokes in their speeches. But we do not pay. We are not paid to be shills for one candidate or another and promote them on our website or attack other people at their behest. And those are disgusting lies. You know, you talk about you don't like being lied about, but implying that and getting everybody to believe that is really wrong. I think it's really wrong. You know, we are not in political games here where we're getting involved in politics. We are a comedy site, and we take things very lightly and make fun of everybody, including DeSantis. Look at the jokes we've just made about DeSantis, and we are receiving no current payments from him. We are not on his payroll. We don't want to be involved in at all during the primaries. Now that he's announced that he's running, we don't want to be even have the perception that we're involved with either campaign. So we're not doing any work or any list rentals during that time. I think it's the same,
up again?
the same policy that
I'll do that.
same policy that
He sounds like an emotional person. He sounds very emotional over these accusations that you've been paid by the DeSantis campaign. You sound very emotional. A leader of something as big as the Babylon Bee. First of all, you shouldn't be publicly firing people that support Trump. Clearly, that's going to affect the image that you're upset about. Again, Seth Dillon is mad and emotional because he made the decision to publicly fire one of his employees that was a big-time Trump supporter because he was arguing with DeSantis supporters. You publicly fired him, and now you are being emotional because people are asking you to explain why your company has taken all of this money from DeSantis, yet you claim you are not paid by DeSantis to do these things after you fired someone publicly because they were fighting with DeSantis supporters. And you think that they are wrong for asking the questions.
that the Daily Wire has. You know, they're not currently running any campaigns or, like email campaigns or doing anything with either candidate until the primary's decided. And I think that's a prudent policy, and we share that view that we shouldn't be doing anything like that, just so it doesn't even get the appearance of us being one-sided. But we are not taking sides. The Babylon Bee is not political as an organization. We make fun of everyone from a Christian worldview. And I really resent that people are trying to paint us in that light. And again, I go back to this point that I made earlier. Even if we were in one camp or another, don't we have a right to be? Like, why does that make us evil? It's so silly. It's so silly. It's ridiculous. Like, we don't have.
I'm behind on the stream, but I'm catching up. And the section I'm at was Jeremy saying he doesn't worship the ground Trump walks on, but his actions would suggest otherwise. Then why do I allow other people to criticize Trump on my team? Why do I allow people that are on my team on Geeks and Gamers to talk how much they hate Trump publicly all day long if I just worship the ground he walks on? Why do I surround myself with people that do not like Trump? Explain that. You can't, because it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You are buying in to the narrative that Trump supporters worship Trump. They'll do anything for Trump. No, they like Trump because he's authentic and he speaks for the American people. And we need a voice like his that is going to battle against the woke nonsense and stand up against all of it. That's why Trump connects with people. It's not because people worship the ground he walks on. He's entertaining. He has flaws. He owns those flaws. And he's funny. It has nothing to do with worship. It's nonsense.
Have a right to freely associate with whoever we want to. I'm proud of whatever I've been able to do to help DeSantis get elected by donating to his campaign, or going to the governor's mansion was a great honor. Going to Mar-a-Lago was a great honor. I'm not embarrassed of any of it. It's not a gotcha where something confidential that I'm ashamed of that's being hidden is being leaked into the public. There are situations where you have contractual agreements where you're not supposed to talk about these things. And you have non-confidentiality in place. Employment agreements have that. Contracts with contractors have that. And so you can't always talk openly about it, but that doesn't mean that you're hiding it because you're ashamed of it or you think it's wrong. I'm not ashamed of anything that I've done.
Is it? But so
Seth, in terms of the payments, obviously these ones are public. I guess the main question people have is, I mean, the if I remember right, the most recent payment, which is in the public records, which Laura shared, was in October 2022, which is about seven months ago. has there been any payments from the DeSantis camp to you or vice versa? And why it's important is you can be on anyone's side. I don't think anyone disputes that. What the concern is, if you are on DeSantis' side, then or not. But if you are, then I think there needs to be transparency.
I'm not talking
Hang,
about.
hang, can I just jump in? Hang on. Seth, can I just say something here?
Sure.
Who the hell cares? He's not a news agency, and it's his bloody company. What hell right do we have to know he's getting payments from? It's a satire company.
Disagree, Sebastian.
Why are we
Disagree.
Well,
Disagree.
And why should I have to disclose any of this stuff? It's a lot of this stuff is done under agreements. Every agreement that we have with an outside contractor has some kind of an agreement, or where if we're providing services to somebody that.
You have to answer for it because you publicly fired an employee for arguing with DeSantis people. Why? God damn, put me on the fucking call. Put me on the fucking call. Seth Dillon, why do I have to answer? Because you're a fucking leader. At least you're supposed to be. You own a big company and you decided to make a public firing on an employee that was criticizing Ron DeSantis. That is going to lead people to asking questions. This is not complicated. Fucking put me on the fucking call.
Restrict what you're allowed to say about, amounts and when and dates and all of these things. I don't get why this is anybody's business, and I don't understand why anybody thinks that it means that we're somehow in somebody's pocket just because we do business with somebody. Again, like I said, I'm happy to take money from Trump's people if they want to run campaigns with us or have us do work for them in some capacity. Happy to do that. I'm happy to go speak at press conferences for him if he'd like me to support his digital bill of rights or anything that he wants to do regarding censorship. I'm happy to just support the cause itself. So, I don't understand why anybody cares. I'm not obligated to answer any specific questions about amounts or dates or anything like that. I don't know why you guys are still up in arms about it. We're a comedy site. Laugh at the jokes or not. If you don't think we're funny, unfollow us.
But
he went full Frost. If you don't like it, don't watch it. He went full Frost right there. Holy shit. Oh. That is such a tone-deaf comment in 2023. That might have been a comment that, randomly was used. I might have used that comment in the past, years ago or whatever. In the current climate we are in, it is the most tone-deaf thing to say to your audience on the internet. If you don't like it, don't watch it or don't follow me. I want everybody following me. I want everybody watching me. I want everybody going to my website. I want everybody following me on Twitter. Of fucking course I do. I don't care what you think, as long as you're interacting. But I will say, if you're a crazy fucking leftist, you're a psychopath. You can leave me alone. But I want everybody. I want your money. I want your clicks. I want your interactions. Yes, give it all to me. I don't give a shit. There's no purity test here. Except for the leftists. I won't say that. But
let me ask you, because
why do you all care?
Obviously, well, so I want to shift
Nobody
just a little
cares.
bit here.
People just want to make sure you're not
Heather,
fired.
no, I'm going to shift here just a little bit.
You care very much.
Because this is the and again, we appreciate you coming back up here and facing the fire here. Obviously, the question that sparked this entire thing, it had to do with the tweets where Gavin Mario Wax, who was he was your vice president of marketing, correct me if I'm wrong, and he asked, "Hey, Christina Pushall, what is your fucking problem?" And you responded initially and said, "What's yours? Tweeting like this with the B in your bio doesn't work for me." And then he followed up, and actually, it just glitched out. He followed up with to that tweet. At what point did you decide that you were going to fire him? Was it the first tweet, or was it when you went back and said you can remove the B from your bio now? And if you can tell us what his response was, that would be good, because my phone just totally froze.
I can't speak to anything from offline. All I can speak to is what was said publicly. I think the tweets speak for themselves, and I've explained my action. there. So I don't know
What?
why. I don't.
So
I
there
don't
was
I'm not
an
sure why.
offline
Like, how many
conversation?
hours could we have a conversation about? If there's anything specific that we haven't talked about that anybody would like me to respond to, I'm happy to. But we had the conversation about the tweets already.
So if you
So
agree,
we do have much bigger.
So
we
one second, guys.
do have a much
So
larger
Nick,
audience now. So the point that I'm trying to ask is people want to know, and they keep asking it in the comment section, which is why I brought it back up. So clearly, a lot of people didn't hear it. Was there any sort of offline conversation before you guys had this back and forth?
I'm not getting into details of a personnel matter beyond what was said publicly that people can look at. And I said that earlier. People can go back and listen to the beginning of the space if they want to hear what was said earlier.
You can say yes or no without specifics.
How many times do we have to go over that?
You know why?
Do
you know why he won't say it?
Because
he's going to say no. The answer's no. And that makes him look terrible. That's why he won't answer it, because it will make him look bad.
I think I can clarify something here. The reason, at least for what I kind of cared about it for, was because I've heard about Gavin with his work with Young Republicans in New York. And from what we saw on Twitter, we saw him do something. He made a tweet. And whether there was a pattern or not, you kind of at one point said it was not the volume, but the spirit of tweets. And then the other time you said it's the pattern. So that was the confusion there. And then what happened afterwards, he got fired on Twitter publicly. And that kind of appeared for people online who don't really look into stuff a lot to appear to be some sort of, not really retaliation, but a way to get rid of someone who was defending himself on there. Now, if there's an internal problem with him performance-wise, that's something we have no clue about. I'm sure not be able to talk to us if you've talked to him in the past about, performance or other issues. Maybe you've talked in the past about his tweets.
Earlier it was all this conversation about whether it was political or not. I explained it has nothing to do with his politics, which candidate he supports, or who I support. It had nothing to do with that. This was a conduct matter.
Okay, so it was was it the volume of the tweets or the
guys? Is there anything new or interesting that we can talk about that we haven't already gone over?
So Seth, although this isn't new, you did answer this question a number of times before, but Seth, let me just. But in the comments, one of the main contentions they had, and it's your choice if you want to clarify this point. But one of the main contentions people are having is that they feel like you've not held a single position. So at one point you said it's the volume of tweets, and the second time it was the spirit. So that's what people in the comments feel. So that's why that's the reason why. If you want to clarify, it's your choice. If you don't want to, it's none of your business.
I mean, I go back to what I said earlier. The reason everybody cares is because they want to turn this into me attacking a Trump person because they were defending themselves against DeSantis people, and I'm a paid DeSantis shill, and I'm defending my DeSantis friends. That's how everybody's trying to spin this and present this, and that's why everybody cares, and that's why everybody keeps asking me these same questions over and over again. It has nothing to do with any of that. And my own reasons for it, I can have my own reasons for it. I don't. It's my company. I can run my company how I please. And if you're concerned about whether or not I'm internally consistent or how I'm applying my employee handbook and rules with my different employees, it's a totally different issue. The topic of this is censorship, and everybody's concerned about whether this is a DeSantis Trump thing, and I've answered all of that. So I don't have to explain to anybody my hiring and firing decisions. I run a company the way that I please. I explained my reasons for why I felt I needed to part ways with a person who I felt like wasn't comporting and conducting himself in a manner that reflected well on the Babylon Bee. And so, that's that. So it doesn't go beyond that. And the fact that we're still now hours later retreading the same ground is bizarre to me. Aren't you all bored?
So Seth, you know what it is? So, in terms of being a private company, you're right. It is your company. You can do what you want. But at the same time, people are able to voice their concerns. So, for example, Twitter is now Elon Musk's own company. But let's say he decided to ban every single conservative. That would have people would talk about it. People would be angry. People would be upset because that would be a form of censorship.
Right, of course. And I've already explained, though, that I don't ban people based on their opinions. I haven't made any hiring or firing decisions based on people's viewpoints. That's never happened. It never will happen. I've explained that repeatedly. So you guys could keep asking me about it, and I'll just tell you the same thing. I'll say what I said earlier. I don't make those decisions based on people's viewpoints. I'm not censoring people because I don't like a viewpoint they've expressed. I disagree with a lot of my employees on a lot of things. I disagree with them on theological points. I disagree with them on political points. We have those disagreements in our Slack channel sometimes. We have them face to face. Nobody ever gets fired for it.
You would never be dealing with these questions if you did not publicly fire someone for arguing with DeSantis supporters. I have never heard or had a reason to question Seth Dillon. I'm not saying I'm the biggest. I've had no strong position on Seth Dillon. I guess if anything, I've had a positive, kind of image of Seth Dillon because of the Babylon Bee, and their jokes were funny and they refused to bend the knee to Twitter censorship. So I had a general favorable opinion of Seth Dillon. I didn't have a strong position one way or the other. The reason you are being questioned right now is because your actions as the CEO of the company, you publicly fired someone. And now it's being revealed that you never even addressed this person privately at all. I can't tell you, again, I'm not comparing myself to Seth Dillon. I'm not comparing Geeks and Gamers to the Babylon Bee. What I'm saying, though, is it's all relative. What he's done with the Babylon Bee is important to him. What I have done with Geeks and Gamers is important to me. I have a lot of people on my team, a lot. There's a lot of people that are part of the team. 20, 30 people that are part of Geeks and Gamers in some capacity. We have a lot of people that disagree. We have a lot of different opinions. I don't police anybody's social media at all. I police Geeks and Gamers social media, the official accounts, but I don't police anyone's individual accounts. You are welcome to say whatever you want. I don't care. It's not my business. There might be times where I step in and go, hey, this is not a good look. You might want to think about that, but it's still your account and you can do whatever you want. I will offer my advice, but I will not tell you what you can or can't tweet. I will never do that. That's not what I will do. We've had people on the team fighting on Twitter before. I step in and go, hey, just make sure you guys work this shit out. All right? Just work it out. Figure it the fuck out. Don't get me pulled into this. You just figure it out like the men you are. That's it. It's it. This is complicated. You know what I mean? You decided to make a decision to fire someone publicly. This is why you're having to answer these questions, and you seem like a beta male, and you can't deal with it.
It's opinion. People have a right to their opinion.
So, Seth, I'll go just a little bit. We'll go to just a little bit of a different topic here because you have been very much tied in at this point with the Trump versus DeSantis debate. Is this a problem for the party? Is this just so ugly to the point where you see a lot of people? I know Laura said earlier, or maybe it wasn't Laura, maybe it was somebody else on stage that said that they would absolutely not vote for Ron DeSantis. At the time, how do you see this going? From here, because obviously you've been a huge target of one side of this.
I think it's unfortunate. I think it's a problem for the party. It's healthy to have primaries and debates over who should be the right candidate. It's a very healthy thing for us to have conversations about that and to debate it and for the best candidate to rise to the top and win. I think it's an unhealthy thing when any group supporting one or the other candidate considers it some kind of moral crime or political crime, something unacceptable for them to not support the candidate that they prefer. I think it's very unhealthy, and I think you have that on both sides to some extent in this conversation. And the fact that we're getting caught up in it, I think it's just silly and ridiculous. I keep going back to the fact that we're a satire site. Oh, you caught us. We got some payments. Whatever. We'll take payments from any candidate or person that we, obviously there'd be some that we wouldn't. I probably wouldn't accept money from Biden to run campaigns, and he wouldn't want to. But we're not making selections along those lines where it's people that we prefer to work with over somebody else, and we don't endorse candidates. We make jokes on the internet. That's what we do. And so it's bizarre to me that we're caught up in the middle of this. It's just a situation where everybody wants to vilify anyone who they feel might not be in their corner. And it's a way of coercing people. It's a way of manipulating them and bullying them and punishing them if they don't get in line and do what you want them to do. I find that extremely toxic and unhealthy.
You fired a person publicly for disagreeing with you. Holy fuck. Like I feel like I'm in fucking another galaxy right now. What the fuck? What the fuck is this dude talking about? I have to go back and listen to that one more time. I have to.
And they don't get in. It's a way of vilify any caught up in the middle. Make jokes on the internet. That's what we do. And so it's bizarre to me that we're caught up in the middle of this. It's just a situation where everybody wants to vilify anyone who they feel might not be in their corner. And it's a way of coercing people. It's a way of manipulating them and bullying them and punishing them if they don't get in line and do what you want them to do. I find that extremely toxic and unhealthy.
Seth,
And
does
it's
this put you
bad
under
for the country.
Going forward, we know that from the Republican side, from the Democrat side, I already mentioned this. I think there's going to be no issue. They don't have a fair primary. Biden's going to win. But with the GOP, there is a fair primary. Do you think, and it does seem like things are going to get a lot more vicious, a lot more aggressive. Does that put you under pressure to double think about things that you're going to post in concern that you're going to maybe offend either party?
No, I don't really. It doesn't bother me if people get upset or offended. I don't think we take any of that into consideration. We're going to make jokes about whatever we think is funny.
So it wouldn't put you under pressure, let's say hypothetically, based on now the fact that it's been framed and people do believe it, especially from the Trump side, that you're essentially on DeSantis' side.
We still make jokes about. We just made a joke about Trump the other day.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. You mentioned that.
And people capitalize on it, and they screenshot it. And they say, "Oh, look, see, it's obvious. They're paid by DeSantis to make fun." We've made more jokes at Trump's expense than any other person. If you search Trump on our website, we've made more jokes at his expense than any other person. I voted for him. A bunch of us did. Doesn't mean we're not going to make jokes at his expense, and it doesn't mean that DeSantis has been paying us since the site was started in 2016. That's absurd.
No, I get that. But going forward, let's say now, would this put you under pressure? Like hypothetically speaking, if you did have more memes against Trump compared to DeSantis, like would you be thinking, let me balance it out? Like as a CEO, how would you be dealing with this from now on?
No, I mean, people are going to say what they're going to say. Look, everything that I've just said to refute this idea that we're in somebody's pocket. Most of the people that are listening that have already made up their mind on this don't care. They're not interested in the truth. They're just interested in a narrative, and they'll continue to advance that narrative. So it is what it is. You can't make everybody see things the way that you want them to be seen or the way that they actually are. So you just have to go about your business as usual. So we're gonna target the targets that deserve it. We're not going to be hands off DeSantis, even if 90% of the people who work at the Bee decide to vote for DeSantis. We're not going to be hands off of him because of that. We all made fun of Trump, and we're making fun of him when we voted for him. So it's silly to expect that we should behave a certain way or not behave a certain way. Again, you guys, everybody.
I'm at the point where I feel like I'm losing brain cells.
He's so worked up about a comedy site. It's bizarre to me.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anybody explain why. Why does everybody care so much? None of these things. Like I heard someone say a minute ago, like, what do you guys care? Like this is a private company making their private decisions. I don't know. I think it's just an excuse to find somebody to vilify and punish. And I think that's bullying. And I think it's wrong. And yes, I think it's unhealthy for the country.
Well, Seth, look, I feel like you didn't even have to come on the second time, but you've essentially come on. You've answered every single question, some of which you've answered like maybe 10 times. So yeah, we appreciate you coming on, but I actually don't think there's any more questions you can be asked.
Kick him off. Kick him off. Kick him off. Kick him off.
I agree.
Feel free to stay on if you wish to, but essentially that's my perspective. But yeah, Nick, go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, no, definitely want to thank you, Seth Dillon. I think you did a great job.
Yeah. All right.
The questions, explaining your side.
Is he staying on?
In the society, put that in scare quotes because I don't like using their.
He's still fucking there. The fuck.
Yeah, comedy is important. It brings levity to these situations. It allows us it helps us to take ourselves.
This is apparently some sort of violation of a no vulgarity policy on public forums. So given that fact, you would think that you would provide a little bit more context, a little bit more elaboration about what this specific policy is that you're
I didn't say you're fired in a public forum.
Well,
I never said that.
So
Holy fuck, bro! You fucking said take the B out of your name. That is exactly what you did. That is exactly what. Do we have a Hyundai? I see a Hyundai's in the chat. Holy shit, Sir Neoff Strife. Whoa. Here's my issue with the old GOP group of people like Seth, is that they come across corporate speak, so it always feels fake. I notice with Trump supporters tend to be fighters. Way I would put it is MAGA would be in a bar fight getting bloody, then hugging afterwards. 100%. And that's me. Not a bar fight per se, but like, I like confrontation. You know what I mean? I like to mix it up. I think my philosophy in life, and thank you, who sent that? Press tiled, or is it tilled? 10. I always mess this one up. 10 gifted memberships to the D-Day Cobra community. But my whole thing is, and I believe this, I truly, truly believe this. A good argument, a good passionate fight with someone, not a physical fight per se, but a good argument, a good debate, a knockdown drag out, putting it all on the table is good. It's good for friendships. It's good for relationships, because you find out who someone is when emotions are high, and it really can put perspective out there. Having a good knockdown drag out with someone is very, very healthy. I support a good knockdown drag out. So there you go. That's how I look at it. So, but I agree with that. Trump supporters are fighters. They really are. They really are. Debate is very healthy. Very healthy.
So maybe, all right. So maybe let me clarify. Did you not fire him?
So
well,
I didn't say you're fired in a public forum.
Well,
I never said that.
So did you? Well, maybe. All right. So maybe let me clarify. Did you not fire him from the company?
I said my tweets speak for themselves. I don't think that I ever in a tweet said you're fired.
So did you or did you not fire Gavin?
I've had communication with Gavin, but I never said that you're fired in a tweet.
You're saying now you actually didn't fire Gavin Wax from the Babylon?
That is not what I'm saying. No, that is not what I'm saying.
So what are you saying?
I said, you said this was a public firing. I said I did not. I never tweeted you were fired. So I'm not sure which tweet you're referring to that you're saying this was a public
what does
firing.
it mean to say? I mean, it's strongly implied by saying remove the B from your username or from your profile that you're terminating the employee. Is that a correct inference to make from that tweet, or what exactly were you trying to say about that?
Seth, before you answer, I do want to just share just some breaking news before you answer. Fox News is reporting that both President Biden and McCarthy have apparently reached a tentative deal on the debt ceiling negotiations. I just wanted to share that for the space.
Okay. Look, maybe you could.
Sir Neoff's 50. For us gamers, the bar fight was us. For us was a Modern Warfare lobby. Hail 199, love ya, and the chat. Best show with 199 in the name. Love it. Thank you. Yes, Modern Warfare lobbies are the king, and as I've said many times, like. It is very hard to offend me. All right. It is damn near impossible to offend me. But if you've ever seen that meme of like getting ready for the comment section, like putting on like the hazmat suit, that's what it was like before you went into a Modern Warfare lobby. That's exactly what it was like. It was brutal. It was brutal. And things were going to get said to you that were going to be like, yo, what? What? Like, the more information you gave a Modern Warfare lobby, the more they were going to crucify you. It was amazing. It was amazing. So thank you so much. Appreciate that. And again, for the gamers out there, we're going to be playing a lot more Halo, Modern Warfare, maybe even some Gears of War over on Geeks and Gamers. So just be on the lookout for that. A lot of awesome games are happening.
clarify what that tweet meant,
yeah,
because maybe this is a whole big misunderstanding. Maybe you didn't actually fire him, and you're just saying, maybe that meant something else. So maybe.
I'm just saying you're saying that it was a public. You don't know all the details because you only know what's public. And there was no tweet that said you're fired.
So what did that tweet mean?
So you said it was a public firing.
What did you mean by the tweet? Remove your the Babylon Bee from your Twitter. What does that mean?
It means remove the Babylon Bee from your Twitter.
Why would you ask him to do that? Like, what's the significance of that? I'm wondering.
I think the context is clear in the conversation.
Well, it's clearly not, because I don't understand it. And a lot of people on this call don't understand it. A lot of people interpreted it as a firing of Gavin, and you're now saying it wasn't. Are you Gavin's counsel? I'm not Gavin's counsel. I'm just asking legitimate questions that people have.
Well, when Gavin's counsel wants to talk about those details, we can talk about them with his counsel.
Well, you only talk to lawyers? I mean, this is a public space. I thought, I'm just trying to ask a very basic question. What does that tweet mean? You're now saying it wasn't a termination. So what exactly does that tweet mean?
That tweet meant what it said.
So what did it say? And could you rephrase it? I'm just trying to is it correct to say you did not fire him in that tweet?
I don't think that a tweet that says remove the Babylon Bee from your profile is explicitly telling somebody that they're fired. No.
So
and you're reading into that and saying that it was a public firing.
Wait, so what was the intent of the tweet? I'm just trying to get my mind around exactly why you tweeted that in the first place.
I tweeted many times explaining myself, and I already explained myself earlier in this conversation. Is there anybody who has something?
This is insane.
Well, I mean, it seems like none of these questions have been answered in the first place.
He answered them all through the beginning. He answered every single one of these questions, and whether you agree with him or not, he answered them.
Don't come in white knight.
Because he did not want Gavin representing the company with his behavior. And whatever you think of the policy or what the policy is or whatever, he answered the questions for 2 straight hours earlier. I don't know why everyone over
Excuse me. He doesn't want Gavin to represent the company.
I can choose who I want. Yeah, I can choose who I want to be a public representative of the company. That's my
Paul, his tweet didn't directly say he's fired, but the tweet implies that's all this whole exchange is. The tweet didn't directly say he's fired, but we can make assumptions based on what it said. Remove the B. That's the.
Guys, I'm gonna need to move on. If there's
1 second, Paul. I'm just gonna stop this 1 second. Look, we've asked Seth a number of questions. I'm not trying to back him up. I asked him a lot of tough questions myself.
You know how we talked about how social media has basically made celebrities irrelevant because we kind of see exactly who they are. Twitter Spaces is going to be the next step for that. My God, it is incredible. Like, you see people, Rudy fucking Giuliani is in this call. All right. Like, what? Why is Rudy Giuliani in this call? What is this doing? This is just, oh my God. Like, you see what we do with Friday Night Tights, Tuesday Night's Main Event. I'll be on Critical Drinkers live stream tomorrow on Open Bar. You see how we're able to carry conversations, make points. We understand, hey, there's a certain method to being on a live stream with a lot of different panelists. And, even like Friday Night Tights, we sometimes talk over each other a little bit here and there. We try to understand there's give and take. When you're live streaming, you have to understand there's a certain way that you have to kind of make your points, and you have to kind of get in there, make your points really quick, short, sweet, to the point, and then let the next person jump in there and play off of you. Me and Ryan are great at that on Geeks and Gamers Daily. We just understand how this process works. Sometimes we'll go off on a tangent and get on a stupid argument or whatever, but we kind of understand that maintaining the audience's attention is the most important thing and the most important aspect to any type of live event. Maintaining the audience, keeping them engaged. That's why I always try to keep an eye on the chat. I saw a few people earlier saying, stop watching this, Jeremy, this is boring. So I decided, let me put a poll up and let me get a feel for the audience. Let me understand, do they want this? 70% said yes, keep watching it. So I was like, okay, just trying to get the gauge because you're the most important aspect of it. These guys don't understand anything. These guys are completely oblivious to how dumb they sound. It's incredible. It's incredible how in the hell these guys think that this is a good look. This is a bad look for all of them.
At the end of the day, I get it, you're a lawyer, and I don't think it's fair for him to be answering specific questions when there is a very large possibility this is going to go down the legal route anyway. And so from that perspective, in terms of the specificities, he's going to deal with that as it comes along. But it's specifically your question he answered. What you want is a more specific answer in a specific context. And I don't think that's fair for him to answer when he's going to there is a chance that this is going to go down. And that's why he asked you, are you his counsel? So I think we've covered this issue.
Just one more point of view. I don't want to belabor this, but I mean, I didn't get.
Well, you can ask me,
I didn't get a specific or a general answer. I'm just trying to get an answer at all.
No, but this is what you're not understanding. Like, my point is this: you've asked a question. I'm not saying your question is unfair, but we've asked the same question a number of times throughout the space. Which Seth has answered it from his perspective of how he's able to answer it, and he said that essentially. When he said remove the Babylon Bee, it's because he didn't want him to be a representative of the company. Now you could say that sounds like a firing, and that's going to be something that is going to be argued by Max's team, and Seth may argue that it wasn't. So we don't know what that is, but essentially that's something that's going to be dealt with in court, isn't it?
Are all employees just considered representatives of the Babylon Bee who work there? I'm just trying to figure that out. Like did Gavin play a specific role? Was he? I don't know his specific role in the company.
I mean, I can answer this, but obviously Seth can correct me. I'd assume that anyone who's got a Babylon Bee logo on them is in a way representing the company when they're posting. So
there are people on our team who choose to be in their profile and have generated followings and become public figures associated with the Bee, either because they're on our podcast or whatever. But again, the decision that was made, there's been a lot of explanation of it in this conversation, and there's also my public tweets about it that you can go back and reference. But you're trying to get very granular into the specifics and semantics, and I'm just not interested in having a conversation like that in this form.
Do you, just taking it off of Gavin though now, do you have like a no vulgarity policy? Like, could you explain what that is? If
he's not going to answer internal, he's already said that.
I'm not going to. Are you going to keep asking me questions and I'm not going to answer so that we can just spin our wheels like this?
I mean, I think a lot of people still have these
questions.
Addressing these. From what I'm seeing on Twitter and other places, it seems like a lot of people still have a lot of questions regarding.
But yeah, Paul, he's not going to answer them. He's not going to budge on that, I don't think. So
you can ask it 10 different. You can ask it 10 different ways, buddy.
I'm just trying to figure out exactly what happened here. I mean, the fact of the matter is, the bottom line is this was a public thing. You made this tweet on a public forum that is Twitter, and thousands of people have seen it, thousands of people have retweeted it. So, now to kind of like, it seems like you're pivoting a little bit. Now you're, trying to claim like you're a victim here. You're being unfairly harassed by Trump people or whatever it is. You're the one who initiated this in the first place by making this tweet in response to Gavin and doing it in so public a manner. So, I think you kind of invited this sort of interrogation. I'm sorry if I'm being a little harsh over here, or a little tough, but I think a lot of people still have questions.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to play victim. I do think that it's nasty the way that people respond in these situations. I think that Gavin's behavior ever since has only validated the decision that I made.
What exactly has he done ever since that tweet was issued yesterday? Do you have an example?
He's continued to behave in a reprehensible manner.
But by doing what?
Publicly.
How?
How? That's by tweeting in a reprehensible manner. We're not going to go. You can go read his tweets if you'd like.
Is that just because he supports Trump, or has he done something specifically that's?
No.
No, I will. I'm gonna be fair.
Don't jump in and save him. Don't fucking jump in and save him, you fucks. Holy shit, he had him on the fucking ropes. He had him on the ropes. He's like, what specifically was reprehensible. He had him on the ropes and they jumped in and they saved him. Oh, I'm going to jump in and say, holy shit.
Several.
That's
Is that just because he supports Trump, or has he done something specifically that's?
No, I will. I'm gonna be fair. I want to say for that because he has rehashed that point several times.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Can I just ask?
Yeah,
I want to ask one final question, and then I don't want to take up too much more time. But Seth, do you personally have a side in this Trump versus DeSantis thing? Do you support one candidate more than the other? Have you made that decision yet, publicly or privately? Is that something that you've made a determination on yet?
The Babylon Bee, which is what is the focus of this conversation, what the Babylon Bee has done. The Babylon Bee doesn't endorse candidates one way or another.
He didn't ask you if the Babylon Bee supports anybody. He asked you, Seth Dillon, if you have made up your mind and you are spinning, you are trying to buy yourself more time so that you can, because you're about to have your feet held to the fire, you're trying to buy more time to figure out a good answer.
If I come out and explicitly endorse one, I'll do so on my personal profile, and that will represent my views. But the Babylon Bee doesn't endorse candidates. The Babylon Bee is a comedy site.
Do you endorse candidates yourself, or no? It's just through the Babylon.
I've never formally and publicly endorsed a candidate. I don't believe. Maybe someone could dig up an old tweet where I did. I don't remember ever doing that.
One last thing: have you donated any money to either candidate, either Trump or DeSantis, since either one has declared, or actually since, or maybe I should say since over the past 6 months or so?
Whether I had or hadn't isn't relevant to anything. That would be a personal donation. The Babylon Bee doesn't donate to candidates, and it doesn't take political positions. I don't see how what I do.
I clicked on this part. I remember clicking on around this point, I think, and I heard this live. So I heard the tail end of this. I remember this part now, and I remember him dodging that question.
Personally, is relevant to anything.
Did you give $40,000 to Ron DeSantis? Because I'm seeing reports that you may have made a political contribution to Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, I've given a lot of money to DeSantis and Trump over the years.
Which candidate have you given more money to? Do you know?
No, I'm not sure.
If I can step in, Nick, if that's
okay.
Sure, go for it.
Stop.
Yeah, just Paul. First off, just this particular question on Seth.
I wanted to respond really quickly, to the general line of questioning that was coming here, because I've addressed this, but the point needs to be made. This was not a political decision. It was not a political decision, and it wasn't done in a way that was unfair, where anyone was singled out and treated differently than other people. It had nothing to do with DeSantis or Trump, and the intentional framing of that is malicious. And so I'm not claiming to be a victim. It's just the fact of the matter that people are lying. They're leaving information out that's relevant. They're making a lot of assumptions.
Well, could you understand why?
It's because there's a political war. There's a political war here, and everybody's going at each other's throats. It just so happens that the person who was let go is prominent in the Trump world, but it had nothing to do with that. So
no, it wasn't just the fact that he's
the suggestion that it does is ridiculous.
Hold
That's
on.
not true
at all. Just the fact that he's prominent within the Trump world. It's the fact that the tweet itself was made in response to a very high-profile DeSantis staffer, namely Christina Pushaw. So it was an expressly political tweet, okay? And you fired him in response to that tweet because you objected to his characterization of Christina Pushaw, who again is a high-profile DeSantis supporter. So, I mean, you could understand why some people might interpret, your decision, or whether or not it was a firing, whatever it was, whatever decision you made to, you don't want him representing the company.
I understand why you want to frame it the way that you do.
Could you understand why people might interpret it that way?
Hey, Paul, I think that we can basically color this as this was a business decision made on behalf of somebody who may or may not be a client, who also happens to be associated with an opposite political affiliation as far as the primary goes, with the person who was let go, who was making
That's Malcolm
said
Flex.
possible client uncomfortable, and it was done publicly to assure the relationship between that person.
Chat going crazy. Chat going crazy. That's it was so random. That's Malcolm Flex. Malcolm Flex is cool. He follows me on Twitter. I'll follow him back. Malcolm Flex is cool. But yeah, so chat's like, what the fuck? Black Gork. I like Malcolm Flex. Me and Malcolm Flex have spoken a little bit.
Who happens to be a political operative is not feeling, let's just say, uneasy about this business relationship.
Hold on. Let's not put words in my mouth. The context of who he was speaking to, like you guys, there's a lot of words being stuffed into my mouth on both sides. This was a decision that had to do with a pattern of conduct with one of my employees. Well, he was representing the B publicly with our name in his handle and in his bio. And so the effort to make this a political thing is ridiculous. Had he been a DeSantis supporter and was talking to people on Trump's team, the outcome would have been the same. It wasn't about who he was talking to. So this is not a political thing.
Unpopular and sometimes reprehensible speech, which again, satire can be defined as that in a lot of times.
You guys are killing me in the chat. So calm, Mike. Modern Warfare 2 Walmart, Mike. Holy fuck, dude. Gamers are going to get that joke. The Modern Warfare 2 Walmart, Mike, it broke me. It broke me. We all remember that kid on Modern Warfare talking way too hard into the mic on a terrible, like, $10 Walmart mic, built-in headphone bullshit. We all remember that. We all remember that kid. All remember that. You guys are killing me. And then I saw Cosmo says, so calm, Mike.
It should be protected speech, right? So, I mean, if it's a pattern of behavior, but he works for a satire company which specializes in making powerful people uncomfortable, clearly that should be well within his means, right?
That's not the kind of satire they would do, though.
I don't think this person did not engage in satire. He was not doing satire. He was tweeting on company time while he was being paid to work. He was spending his entire day attacking people publicly, and that was a bad look for us. So I don't want anybody working for me who behaves that way, and anybody who continues or starts acting that way while they work for me will also be shown the door, unapologetically and with no regret. So, and I don't care who they're talking to.
If I can add a few things, I know Paul's no longer on the stage, but to address his questions about whether Seth has donated to one or any other political candidate, it really isn't relevant, because what we're really talking about here, with respect to this whole Gavin Wax issue, is an employment decision that Seth actually doesn't need to justify, because Gavin was employed at will, right? And for most of us on this stage, we're conservatives and we believe in at-will employment, and we're not huge on everybody being in a union. So it's a little strange to me that everybody is suddenly saying that Seth can't make an employment decision.
That is fucking hell, man. I swear to God. How are these people? How are these people so fucking stupid? How are these people so stupid? That is not what people are questioning. Oh my God. That is not even remotely close to what people are questioning.
And is asking him to justify it endlessly. Assuming, of course, that he did indeed make an employment decision. But I wanted to offer some commentary just by way of background. I know Gavin. We're both here in New York. I was a member of New York Young Republicans Club for much of last year, which he runs. And I worked with him at Getter, the social media platform that, was trying to be the next Twitter, for most of last year, as well as their director of trust and safety. So I know Gavin. What happened last night was not just about Gavin tweeting with an F word to Christina Pushaw, which, if anybody has looked at what happened last night, is not really what the key issue alone was. What Gavin did was insubordination. When your employer makes a statement to you expressing that they are displeased with something you are doing, that you've been doing publicly, and then you respond to your employer as if your employer is below you, you no longer have a job. Okay, that's something that I don't think anybody should really be disputing. None of us should expect to be able to respond to our boss the way Gavin responded to his boss and still have a job.
Right. And I get that, Ben. We're not arguing this on
but I don't agree with that, because Ben
legal. We're not.
But Ben, that's not what the argument is, because he did not respond to Seth until after Seth said take the Babylon Bee out of your bio. So the real question is going to be, and what's going to be decided in court is, was Seth's comment?
No, that's not true. That's not true.
If I may,
clarify.
I responded to. I called him out on the language that he was using, the way that he was speaking to somebody, and he quote tweeted me, and it was in response to his quote tweet.
Correct.
Where I told him to take the B out of that. So he was responding to me. He was doubling down on what he was saying and how he was saying it publicly by quote tweeting me, which, yes, of course, is insubordinate.
Gavin essentially said to Seth, your request to me doesn't matter. Okay, you can't do that and not expect that you might lose your job. But I wanted to really come up on this stage to talk about some of the other things that were happening last night immediately prior to what most people saw publicly, which I have some personal knowledge of.
Real quick, Ben, before you change the subject, though, just wanted to say, I don't think that we're arguing whether or not Seth had the legal right to do this or whether or not this was done, basically in an unfortunate.
Bro, this is I'm let me get these fools in. What the fuck are you guys thinking about all this? Holy shit.
I've just been saying everything that they've been saying to you.
It's wild.
Jed, of all people, Jed can vouch. Jed wrote a wonderful review on our website one time. All right? Wrote a wonderful review. Got me a bunch of fucking backlash. Okay? Got me a bunch of backlash. Who was that?
Who was that?
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that was on your side. I didn't know. I heard something in my ear. So Jed wrote an article or wrote a review on geeksgamers.com. All right, long time ago. He used an interesting word in that review. We got so much hate on social media. Yep, Colton remembers. Colton M in the chat remembers. I was like, I have to call him up. I'm like, what the fuck does this even mean? I'm like, oh, we're trying to figure it out. I'm like, people are like calling us racist, which that's another day that ends in Y. But and so yeah, it was crazy. So I was like, we're not removing the word. We're not removing it. We could put a little editor's note in it, but we're not removing
that. Just pisses people
so.
Off more. The editor's note.
I know the editor's note made it even worse. So yeah, it was crazy. And but again, it's not like I deleted it or I was like, oh, Jed, you can never, be here ever again or something like Jay Hailstorm's
G&G from my Twitter.
Yeah. Hailstorm's a fucking psychopath. I mean, if anything, Hailstorm's the closest to getting fired around here because of his behavior on Mario Kart, but that's about it. So, but this stuff's crazy, man. This stuff's crazy. I'm truly astonished. Hang on, let me get this. Another 50 from Sir Neof. Says, good Lord, this is a bunch of people that can't talk normally like normal people. This is why people like Geeks and Gamers and the FNT Fellowship, it comes across as how I would talk to my real life friends at work, so it feels more real. Absolutely. My goodness, man. This is just... Luckily, it's almost over. Man, I'm just going to leave you guys in here if you want.
Just saying that the optics and the blowback of this are going to look very badly and very politically in a way where it might cut the user base of Babylon Bee in half, just because a lot of people are currently fractured among their target audience. So we're just trying to point out how this is, this is basically a shitstorm.
All the concern is just concern about how this might impact us. It might hurt us. I mean, come on, this is silly.
It seems a little disingenuous.
It kind of is because you guys are a very important player.
Bro, Malcolm Plex has kind of been like cool with Seth Dillon in this, and now he's being like completely dismissive to him. Holy shit. My goodness.
Nobody's concerned about whether this is going to hit us. They're actually trying to make this hurt us.
Correct.
And it's look, it is what it is. People can feel about it how they want to feel about it. But I need to hop off this space. I got to get running. I've tried to be, transparent, address some people's questions. But I need to run. Thank you for the platform, allowing me to address a lot of this, and I hope everybody treats each other with more kindness and respect than they have up to this point. Thanks. Bye.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry. So just I was gonna read the tweets. One second.
I can't take no more of this shit. I can't. No. Good God. All right, I'm done. I listened to the audience. You guys voted twice. All right, you voted twice. You wanted me to keep watching. I watched. Holy hell. Anyway, I just wanted to bring you guys in for a minute on that. So thank you guys. And I know you guys have been here for over 2 hours. So if you guys need to bounce at any point, it's all good. I know Hailstorm's already got her beard of shame. Is it the same one we talked about earlier?
It's that plus another.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, if you guys need a bounce, it's totally cool. I appreciate you being here. So, and take Geeks and Gamers out of your fucking name. Good Lord. We got a couple of beards tonight, and Seth got the beard last CobraCast, guys. Just keep that in mind. All right. So let me run through some super chats, and we're going to talk about AOC really quick. So thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all. All right. So let me catch up on some of these super chats really quickly. I appreciate it. Let's see. Happy Virtue Signaling Month. Hail the 199. One Love Snake Pit Rising. Thank you. Alexander, do you understand why we support Trump? I don't know if he responded to that. I know Valkyria Winter said, read my member message, Jeremy. I had to go back. I must have missed this, and I don't know why, but I apologize. Valkyria Winter says, hail MCU fan. I'm trans and it's our month. Date me, but don't worry. I have a leash for you, my play toy. Hail to the 199. Holy crap. Oh, that's good. That is good. I love it. I want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats earlier. Because I don't know if the chat jumped. Jen Wong says, gall damn it, Jeremy, can you shave? I don't know. Should I shave? Chat? Chat. Should I shave? Should I shave? I'm asking the chat right now. Let's see what they say. Did I get Stephen Brown? Stephen Brown says, I'm hoping to see Trump late 2024. What are your thoughts? Would you like to see a Trump? Who would you like to see on Trump's ticket? Keep doing what you're doing. God bless. Go the 199. Absolutely. I want to see Byron Donalds on Trump's ticket. I think Byron Donalds is an awesome pick. Carrie Lake will be great too. So for sure. No doubt about that. Let's see. Stuart Halverson says, I keep hearing it, but can you define what a rhino is? Rhino, and you kind of spelled it wrong in terms of the way it's used for Republicans. Rhino is means Republican in name only. So it's Republicans that aren't really Republicans, but they are basically pretending to be Republicans so they can disrupt everything. But they're Republican in name only. So RINO, Republican in name only. Let me see. I got that one. Mike Hunt is itchy for a member message. Hey, Jeremy. Hope you're having a good day. I'm just watching while playing Zelda. Absolutely. Let's see. Example, Mitt Romney. Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. There's Jester says Ron and Don are being played by Deep State. I got that one earlier. Brian Barth says, how and why Trump is so different than the rest? How is he such a master troll? Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, he just has a gift. He has a gift. It's a rare gift for sure. DM says, shame on Fox anchors for not defending Tucker. Got Piano Dan's. All right, yeah, I'm caught up on all those. There's Lost Tales. I didn't think it was possible, but that was a crazy version of Brie Larson talking about Christina Pushaw. I got that one. Larry, talk. It's only about babble, burtle, banter, bicker, brouhaha, let's see, balderdash, ballyhoo. It's only talk, back talk. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate that. Sophie says, still waiting for the pineapple on pizza bikini, though. You're going to be waiting a long time for that one, Sophie. Fantastic. This Twitter space is such cringe, embarrassing. It is. Real Sean Max says Seth Dillon was acting dodgy as fuck. I don't trust him. I don't either. Christopher Gonzalez says, smash the like, 1,000 for that sexy back end. That's a new rule you guys created. So 1,000 likes, you get to see my sexy back end here at CobraCast 199. Let's see. There's Alexander's put a 1 in the chat if you love this country. There's X-Wing for 20. Someone, I laughed at this one. Someone call Ron's mom, the meatballs are burning. That was really good. God damn it, where'd it go? Sacred, let's see. Sacred Clown TV becomes a member of the 199. Thank you. We got 63 new members. 63. Mike Hunt is itchy. Seth Dillon is no different than the lefties who fired Trump supporters. Shame. Beard of shame. Blake Barrett says, happy Virtue Signaling Month. Hail to the 199. Alexander says, one love, Snake Pit Rising. Let's see. There's the press tiled says, he went full Frost. Never go full Frost. There is Sir Neoff Strife's $100 super chat. Greatly appreciated here at CobraCast. And then 2 more 50s from Sir Neoff. Completely up to $200 from Sir Neoff. $200 in super chats from Sir Neoff. Funding CobraCast, along with all the rest of you lovely people. Thank you. There's Press Tiles, 10 gifted D-Day Cobra memberships. And don't forget, Alec Baldwin's finger dropped a big 50 bomb earlier on memberships. Thank you. Let's see. DM says, dude is not a real leader. Jeremy for BB new CEO. Babylon B new CEO. Nah, I'm very happy running Geeks and Gamers. And I will say, for all of you that are still watching me at this late hour, I'm not going to go into specifics, but I have made some recent decision with Geeks and Gamers that I think is going to take us to another level. And it'll be more behind the scenes stuff, operations stuff that we're doing, but I'm very excited about it. I'm very stressed out about it. It's a pretty big investment that I'm making, but I'm very excited. I think that it will take us to another level. Geeks and Gamers is getting to be so much behind the scenes in terms of the operations that I can't handle all of it. I don't have the ability to handle it anymore. It's way too many things going on, way too many moving parts. And if I'm going to continue to be the internet personality that I am, I've got to delegate some of that. So I am really excited. I'm really excited. I think it's going to help elevate us significantly. Shadow Goof says, Jeremy, if you asked, let's see, any to remove, if you asked probably employee to remove, let's say, the G&G name tag in front of the crew, would you think that it's telling everyone you got fired? This guy is dumb. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what that meant. That's exactly what it meant. It's exactly what it meant. Snoo Connoisseur says, Trump is the only one who ever gave a shit about truckers and blue-collar Americans. The GOP only ever gave us lip service before kicking us to the curb, so that's why we all support him the way we do. Hell yes. Hell yes. Magnum Norris, what a bunch of pussies. Fantastic, Mr. Knopp. Some of these people asking questions are asking the same questions. Some of them quite dumb, too, in my opinion. Reminds me of a pack of hyenas. Thank you. DM says, fire the meme cannon, boys. Salty Army and Panther. Bird Up says, Seth's whining has made me gay. I am now subscribed to Dan Vask with the gay flag. Barry McCockiner says, Seth Dillon sounds like a twink. Let's see. Basilisk says, this being Pride Month and the fact that Republicans are actually boycotting now might make some huge news this month. I'm here for the ride. 199. Hell yes. Celluloid Dream says, Jeremy hired a DEI officer. Hell no, I didn't. Blake Barrett says, updating Geeks and Gamers for the modern audience. You know how that goes. All right. We have to talk about something that has recently happened, and that is AOC is objectively one of the dumbest human beings on the entire planet. And that is not even hyperbole. That is just a fact. AOC is a dumb person. All right. A very, very, very dumb person. And she's shown it. She's shown it in the most glorious way possible, because a parody account has triggered her beyond belief. And so this all started with a tweet from AOC. Right here is the tweet. Let me blow this up a little bit. So this tweet right here says, FYI, there's a fake account on here impersonating me and going viral. The Twitter CEO has engaged in it, boosting visibility. It is releasing false policy statements and gaining spread. I am assessing with my team on how to move forward. In the meantime, be careful of what you see. Now, this is so pathetic. And it just shows how out of touch with reality she is. Getting triggered over parody accounts as a public figure is one of the biggest levels of cringe I have ever seen. At one point in time, there were 300 or 400, I believe, parody accounts of me. This was back in the early days of the Geeks and Gamers time, and I don't know if it's 300 or 400. Maybe maybe there might be 100 or two. I don't remember. There was a lot. I think our boy Justin Proper, who kind of created the Proper Jeremy persona after I'd memed it a little bit, he kind of carried that torch for a while, and we called it the Jer Army. It was the Jer Army. And it was just a bunch of parody accounts. It was NASCAR Jeremy. It was Jeremy Osteen. It was Proper Jeremy. It was all of these different personalities, gimmicks that I would do during my live streams. And there was just a shit ton of them. It was crazy. It was crazy how many Jeremy accounts there were. And I thought it was flattering. I thought it was funny. We laughed at it. We memed it. I embraced it. I went on a couple of live streams with all the Council of Jeremys at the time. And yeah, I mean, so for her to do this, it's only made it significantly worse. So the parody account responded and said, I can't believe someone would do that to us. And it got 93,000 likes. And it's gotten worse. So now this account has 341,000 followers. I believe it only had like 50,000 followers when this all started. It's now got 350,000 followers, and it's getting significantly worse. And it's so funny. The memes have been glorious. Everything about this has been glorious, and I've loved it so much. Is that Vic Whiplash in the chat? Is that Vic Whiplash dropping a hundy late to the awesomeness wall? We are happy you are here, Vic Whiplash. Good to see you here, my friend. Vic Whiplash. Welcome in, Vic Whiplash, everyone. So, yeah, this whole thing with AOC, she has made... Oh, I forgot. I did put that poll up. No, I can't shave. Okay, it's got to keep growing then. There you go. Chat always wins. So right here, this account has caught fire. I understand the common people and how much they suffer. Before I was a bartender, I was fired from the M&M plant for throwing out W's. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's the first time I read that one. Holy fuck. Oh, God, that's good. Holy shit. Oh, there's so many of these tweets, man. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry I was gone for 6 hours. I was trying to figure out how to use the garbage disposal. I'm so jealous of Elon Musk going to China. I heard they have the best Chinese food. Oh, man. This is great. White people are literally holding our economy hostage by owning guns. Cow farts are racist. Oh, it's so good. So, yeah, I mean, so because this account would be there, it would be getting tracked. You know, people would follow it. People would find it funny. But because AOC acknowledged it, now it's everywhere. It's huge. And in a lot of ways, it's getting more interaction than AOC in a lot of ways. The memes are, oh my God, the memes. The memes have just been the best thing ever. Let me, all right, here, look at this. Tell me this is not fantastic, okay? The memes are amazing. Look at this meme. Look at this meme. Look at this meme. I love it. I love it so much. I love it so much. And then you got this one. All right. Then you got this one where you got real AOC with her silver check mark. Really, really mad at AOC Press with the blue check mark. Oh my goodness, dude. This is glorious. You deserve this, AOC. You 100% deserve this. You are a terrible person. You are very unqualified for the position that you hold. Everyone laughs at you. You're terrible. You're almost as bad as Kamala Harris. So yeah, I mean, the whole thing has just been great to watch. And it's the Streisand effect. I think somebody said that in the chat, and that's exactly right. It's the Streisand effect. And you know, you get what you deserve. So yeah, she's a dumbass. She's an idiot. And I am happy that she's continuing to get trolled all day long. Let's see here. All right. So we do have a beard of shame for tonight. I'm not going to get to it yet because we got a few super chats to catch up on. And I appreciate you guys being here. And we've been here for almost 2.5 hours. But if you guys look, the show goes on as long as you guys want the show to go on. So Metarax says Diablo, Democrat, and all but label only. Okay. Diablo equals Democrat in all but label only. I think that fits them better than Rhino. All right, that's fair. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier $5. Word on the street is that the second MCU fan is trolling AOC. Fictitious Dave Savage. How do you say these guys' name? The Kransenstein bros are simping hard for AOC over this parody account. AOC's soy friend is jealous. Yeah, as a matter of fact, there was another tweet that I wanted to show you guys really quick. I didn't mean to move off of that. Let's see. So right here, if you look at this, and this just shows you the beauty of this account. It's right here. Look at this. Right here. So now at AOC Press is the first Twitter search after you type AOC laughing my ass off. And you see that that's the first one. The AOC parody account responds and says, does that make at AOC the parody now? Look at me. I am the parody now. Holy shit. This is so good. This is so good. Oh my God. There's nothing she can do about it either. It's so freaking glorious. It's so glorious. There's Vic Whiplash's $100 super chat. Thank you, Vic Whiplash. Always supporting here. Always appreciated. Ian, Let's Go Buck says AOC went to a person's funeral that harassed, attacked commuters every day, but can't handle Alex Stein complimenting her big booty walking into work. Exactly. She's terrible. She is an objectively terrible person. Kyle Huggett says, Jeremy, your bitchy woman's voice and your a feminine man voice are very similar. Hey, it is what it is, bro. I'm above average. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. I can give you the proper Jeremy voice if you would like. But thank you. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate that. Now we are still 85. Where are we about 80? We're about 80 likes away from the big 1,000. So at 1,000, you get to see my back end. Okay. You get to see my back end. All right. So don't forget that. Now, we do have a couple things going on. Of course, you know, Meta PC supports us here at Geeks and Gamers. So if you are interested in a PC, please go over to Meta PCs and get yourself a PC. Go check out what they have. We have the Geeks and Gamers landing page, but you can get anything over there. And just use the promo code 199, and that helps us out. So if you're interested in that, please do so. We've actually sold quite a few units. So I appreciate you guys being supportive of Meta PCs, and let them know that you heard about them from Geeks and Gamers, the 199. They appreciate that. And I really do. I do like Meta PCs. They're really good. They're not going to cancel because, you know, I said something offensive or Ryan said something offensive, they don't give a shit. And that's what we need. We need to support more companies that are willing to stand for free speech and not bend the knee to the mob. As a matter of fact, bending the knee to the mob. Did you guys see where this Toronto Blue Jays, I'm sure you've heard about the Toronto Blue Jays player, where he essentially made a post, a Christian post, calling out, all this wokeness and the pride stuff and all of that. Well, after he made this post, he got a lot of backlash. And do you know what happened? He bent the knee.
I recognized yesterday, I made a post that was hurtful to the pride community, which includes friends of mine and close family members of mine. And I am truly sorry for that. I just spoke with my teammates and shared with them my actions yesterday. I apologize with them. And as of right now, I'm using the Blue Jays resources to better educate myself, to make better decisions moving forward. The ballpark is for everybody. We include all fans at the ballpark, and we want to welcome everybody. That's all I have to say.
You want to welcome everybody. Does that mean MAGA? Are you saying MAGA supporters? Can we have a bunch of red hat MAGA supporters show up? Is that what you're telling me? I would love for you to clarify that statement, because we all know that it's not true. Never apologize to the mob. In any scenario, never apologize to the mob. Don't do it. It will never end up good for you. It will always backfire completely every single time. You never do this. They don't care. Now they own you. They own you. You are done. You never, ever have a leg to stand on now. You're done. They own you. Everything that they want you to say, every movement that they want you to support, you have to support it now. You're fucking done. You're fucking done. And your teammates don't respect you. You telling me those other grown-ass men in the locker room respect you for saying you need to re-educate yourself? Are you fucking kidding me right now? You're done. You're over. They own you now. The mob owns you. You are done. Insane. Insane. Look at, well, let's see. We got Mark Hott says, Jeremy Osteen, can you bless the chat? Well, we got Vic Whiplash showing up with $100 super chat that says Cobra Crew. Let's go 199. Jeremy Osteen really appreciates lovely, lovely super chats like that. I don't know why it doesn't say Jeremy Osteen Crew. I don't know who Cobra Crew is, but Jeremy Osteen appreciates that. Bless this chat. Bless Vic Whiplash. Bless all of you that have sent supers and wah-men. Wah-men, wah-men. Jeremy Osteen. God, how did that become a thing? How did that become a thing? I don't know. Loser alter ego. No, really. I am Spartacus. I am cereal. I am super ethereal. Are you super ethereal? Are you super ethereal? Yeah, you can't. I mean, but in all seriousness, you cannot apologize to these psychopaths. You just can't do it, man. And like, I believe, like, in a time like this, like, have I ever apologized to someone privately for maybe something? Yeah, of course I have. I'm a fucking human being. Of course I've apologized to people in private. I will apologize to an individual that I know for something that I've had a real discussion with, if that is part of our private conversation. I will never apologize publicly to the mob. Ever. Ever. Now, does that, when I say never apologize, of course you can apologize if you truly mean you're sorry about something you did. When I use the term never apologize, it's to never apologize for other people's fake offended feelings. Never apologize. Don't do it. Don't do it. You can never do it. It's the worst thing you can possibly do, because the moment that you do that, you're done. They don't respect you. Your peers don't respect you. And you clearly don't respect yourself, because this guy doesn't believe what he just said. He clearly believes the opposite, but he's willing to bend the knee and basically revoke his own man card. Pathetic. Pathetic. I will never support that behavior. And I understand that at some point in time, I'm going to be faced with stuff And I'll be right. I mean, look, I've been faced with stuff before. Do you think I haven't had people? I had so many people demand that I fire Uche. Rest in peace to Uche, by the way. Rest in peace to my bro Uche. I had a lot of people want me to fire Uche. A lot of people. It was never going to happen. Like, not for that reason anyway. I mean, I'm not saying I would never. Obviously, I've gotten rid of people at Geeks and Gamers over the years. But I'm not going to get rid of someone because people online are telling me I have to fire someone. It's not going to happen. And I've had stuff like that in the past where I've had, people, and again, a lot of the people that do support the channel, they're like, you got to fire this person or I'm going to subscribe. I'm like, I'm not going to fire someone because of a threat. Like that's never going to happen. You know what I mean? That's not how I'm built, and that's not how I'll ever be built. So if we, if that's a deal breaker for you, then that's a decision you have to make. But I'm just here to tell you that we won't ever bend to that type of nonsense ever, and I've stood tall through all of that. And, it is what it is. So, Rude Eyes in the chat. You can fire Dan Vass though. Well, Dan Vass is a piece of shit. So clearly, by the way, can I just say, yes, people have been fired from G&G. Yes, just Miko or me. Okay, too. Yes, people have been fired from G&G. I don't publicize it. I'm not going to publicize it. And if I'm asked about it, I will have a very high road answer. Oh, yeah, they had, they moved on. They had some things going on. I'm not going to shame people. Now, I've had people talk bad about me that I've gotten rid of. I've had people lie about me. And it's just part of it. If it ever gets to a point where I have to address it, if the noise gets to be enough, I'll address it with receipts. But I don't tend to ever shame people that I get rid of. Some things just don't work out. Doesn't mean anybody's right or wrong. It just means that it didn't work for what we were having going on and the vision, and maybe they weren't happy, whatever. But I don't make that shit public. It's just not something I do. So, let me see. Eric, you're finally leaving. Eric says I'm out this time. Let's see. All right, I'm out for real. Take it easy. Well, take it easy, Eric. I'm glad you stayed with us this long. I see a Rude Eye, though. A Rude Eye is great. No bullshit. Like this guy, and I got to get back to you, Rude Eye. A Rude Eye, I haven't told you. When you need me, just fucking call me because I'm terrible about responding to messages sometimes. A Rude Eye doesn't need me to answer something. So, a Rude Eye, I'm on Critical Drinker stream tomorrow. Either before or after open bar, call me. All right. And let's figure out, let's get you some answers. I know you need some answers, but Rude Eye is awesome. Rude Eye runs Geeks Gamers Tabletop, and he's fantastic. I hardly ever have to deal with a Rude Eye. And I mean that in a positive way, because with all the stuff we have going on, the less I have to be involved in some of our channels, the better for me. And a Rude Eye is fantastic. So he's done a great job. Let me see. I see the chat's just full up with people about, you guys are naming people from, just because people are not at Geeks and Gamers doesn't necessarily mean that I've fired them, by the way. All right. I want to put that out there. You can speculate all you want, but just because people aren't here doesn't mean that I fired them. Some people have left voluntarily, or it was it was an agreed upon thing. So, Oh, well, now I need you to insult me, so it's not weird. So what's not weird? I'm just kidding. Go fuck yourself, Rude Eye, you piece of shit. Stupid tabletop channel. Give a fuck. That's why I don't appear on it. Kidding. I love that channel. Brie Larson used to work for Geeks and Gamers. If only. What happened to Ivan? Ivan still runs, Ivan runs Weebs and Waifus, our anime channel. So there's a channel called Weebs and Waifus, and Ivan runs that channel, Ivan Ortega. So go subscribe to Weebs and Waifus. Subscribe to Geeks and Gamers Tabletop. If you want to know all the Geeks and Gamers channels, and maybe a lot of you don't know anything about Geeks and Gamers. Maybe you're like, what the fuck is Geeks and Gamers? I'm here for the Trump takes. And hey, I hear you on that, okay? I hear you on that. But if you are interested in finding more out about all of our channels, you go over to our website, okay? And up top, you click channels. You click channels, and all the Geeks and Gamers channels are right here, and you can find links to them. So you have obviously the main Geeks and Gamers channel. You have our sports channel. You have our Geeks and Gamers Play channel. You have the Park Hopping channel. You have the Geeks and Gamers Clips, which is now Geeks and Gamers Life, by the way. We got to change. We got to update that. Poor Choices, Geeks and Gamers Tabletop, Weebs and Waifus, Geeks and Gamers Live, which is now Geeks and Gamers Daily. So I have to update that as well. So those things will be updated, but all the Geeks and Gamers channels are right there for your viewing pleasure if you're interested. And I love my team and I love my crew. They're the best. They're the best. Did Vic Whiplash drop more? Vic! Oh my God. Hang on. Vic Whiplash for another $100. Whoo! Vic Whiplash says, I'm an old punk from the 80s. I love the way you push with logic and brutally. Brutality is probably what you meant to say. Hey, I appreciate that. I'm not for everybody, but I'm for somebody. And a few people like what I have to say, and you guys make this whole thing worth it. I will say, because of you, because of all of you and on this channel, you guys, because earlier I'd mentioned that, you know, some things, you know, we're doing some different stuff with Geeks and Gamers from, you know, for like a structural standpoint. The reason all that is happening, and it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I didn't have the confidence because I didn't want to fundamentally change anything behind the scenes because I didn't want it to affect anything publicly that we're doing. D-Day Cobra, this channel, CobraCast, has allowed me to make those decisions. The success we've seen on this channel, the love that we've got on this channel, it has changed everything about my outlook for how I can operate from a business standpoint with Geeks and Gamers versus here. There, you know, D-Day Cobra is a separate entity from Geeks and Gamers. The Geeks and Gamers side is that's a business. That's the business. This is more of my personal channel. And so the more the personal channel succeeds, the better it is. I don't have to take anything from the business, and it all funds everything though. It all helps everything move forward. So the better that the Geeks and Gamers channel does, the more that goes back into the business. The better this channel does, the better it helps me sustain my personal life, and I can build the business with the, you know, the G&G side. So it's amazing, and I appreciate it so fucking much. You have no idea. Only here because MCU fan invites me personally. Warren Smith, you're getting personal invites from MCU fan? Wow. Celebrity here. Celebrity in the house. I'm impressed, Warren Smith. Let's see. Tom McD771 says, damn, this stream must have got about 1,000 in super chats. I don't know. We're not at 1,000 likes yet, so I can't tell you. What I can show you is this right here. Check this out. And again, this is where I want you guys to see how important you all are. This is fucking crazy to me, okay? So, if I can find it, let's see. All right, right here. Look at this. Look at this. This is a testament to all of you guys, okay? On Monday of this week, look where Geeks and Gamers was on the Super Chat list. Geeks and Gamers was second, ahead of Dr. Disrespect in the United States of America. Geeks and Gamers was second in the United States of America, ahead of Dr. Disrespect. That's crazy. That is insane. There was one day last week, and I can't remember. Was it here? Look at that. Look at the top 5. So this was Wednesday of last week. Look at the top 5, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the top 5. Look, there's 2 channels in that top 5. Look at that shit. That's insane. What planet are we living on where Geeks and Gamers and D-Day Cobra are in the top 5 together? That is crazy. That makes no sense to me. I can't fathom that at all. So thank you guys. I appreciate you so very much. Are we up to 1,000 likes now? And you guys know how we roll over here at CobraCast at CobraCast 199. Where's Timcast at on that chart? 7th. Here, let me show you real quick. So 7th. That list right there, Timcast was 7th. Dr. Disrespect was 8th. So there you go. So that's crazy, man. Holy shit. Warren Smith says, let's boost it. Well, there you go. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to show you my back end. There it is. There it is. $904 in chat revenue and 64 new members. And you got 1,000 likes. There you go. Right there. There you go. We show you our back end here at CobraCast, okay? We show you our back end. And it's a pretty sexy back end. I gotta say, it's probably the sexiest back end on the internet, all right? Some would say we have the sexiest back end on the internet. So, not me, but some would say that, all right? So there you go. Thank you, guys. And it is to be transparent. I mean, it's a whole thing, man. I don't want to, you guys make the show happen. You guys are literally the reason the show exists. It was a meme. CobraCast was a meme when I started it. It was a joke. And, now, boom. Wow. Vic just made it $1,000. Whoo. We saw it hit 1K in real time. We saw Vic Whiplash push us over 1K in real time. Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. I will never forget. You know what's funny story? It's a funny story. I will never forget the first time I became aware of live streaming. And it was when I went to Orlando and I met EVS down there for the first time. And he was on his phone and I saw he'd made $200 in super chats or something. I'm like, this motherfucker just made $200 in super chats from his phone in a Toys R Us. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Well, I'd never live stream. And so I started live stream. I think I might have live streamed, but maybe I didn't have super chats on or something. I didn't know. This was back when I was just making video. And so I started live streaming like a madman back then. And that was the early Geeks and Gamers days. And as I said, people can say, oh, Jeremy just does this for super chats and all that shit. I stopped live streaming for about 2 years because I was focused on making content. Whatever you think of me, I know how to grow YouTube channels. I know what I'm doing on YouTube. I 100% know what I'm doing within reason. I mean, YouTube is still a crazy system, but I know what I'm doing. It's why I have so many channels that have grown. And I know how to grow channels. I know how to maintain them. And I had not uploaded to Geeks and Gamers in a month and a half until the other day. And the reason I stopped uploading, it wasn't because I didn't want to as much as I was focused on the Daily Show with Ryan, CobraCast, and of other various things that I've been doing. But the thing that really triggered me to start uploading again was when you just do nothing but live streams, you're going to lose subscribers. You just are, because the algorithm is not friendly to live streams staying public on your channel. If you leave your live streams public, the algorithm is not going to be friendly to them and you will lose subscribers. So we started to lose subscribers because we were just doing nothing but live stream. So I made one video. It got 120,000 views, and I basically put us back in the positive of subscribers now. And so, but going back to when the Geeks and Gamers early days, I did a ton of live streaming, and it was awesome and it was great, and I appreciated it. But I stopped live streaming for a long time, and I was just doing videos, just focusing on making content. And I felt like the fan base, our audience lost connection with me. And so I kind of wanted to get back to that. And that's what CobraCast has been. CobraCast has pulled me back, and I feel connected with the audience like never before. And it's a great honor to be part of this with all of you guys. So thank you so much. And I see that Vic Whiplash just dropped 20 gifted memberships. Thank you, Vic. We're up to 84 new members now on the night. CobraCast keeps rocking. You guys are the best, man. I'll keep saying it, and I'll keep thanking you, and I'll keep sounding like a broken fucking record. Mary Nicholson, PetSmart gives money to GLSEN, the same group as Target, and they're trying to push DEI crap on us. Rake them over the coals, F corporate. 100%. Corporations are hard. And we had this discussion on Tuesday night's main event. We had that discussion with Legal Mindset, talking about a lot of that stuff and how it all plays out. And it's disgusting. It really is. And how so many of them are tied to it. I would urge you guys, and somebody could probably timestamp it. I would urge you guys to go back and check out that portion of Tuesday night's main event last night. I don't know what timestamp it's on. I'm sure somebody's got that timestamp in the comments. It was a really good discussion when we're talking about all of that. It was a really good panel discussion, and I was really happy with that for sure. But we got to wrap this up. You guys have been amazing. We still got 1,100 people watching at 2:30 Central, means 3:30 Eastern, which is the normal time zone I'm in. Thank you, Colton. It was a really good stream. Tuesday night's main event. Fantastic. Mr. Knox says, what a wonderful stream tonight. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let's see. Just thank you guys. Seriously. Holy shit. What a night, man. Like, what a night. Oh, I got that one. Let me see who else we got. The Lost Tales. Jeremy, fire Jay or I unsub. Jay's actually going to be filling in for me tomorrow on Geeks and Gamers Daily. I got a family thing I got to take care of tomorrow, so I won't be on Daily tomorrow. But Jay will be there along with Ryan. Clifton 3D, good morning. Today the internet will be worse than yesterday. That is true. That is 100% true. Man, Vic, thank you again. Vic comes in here occasionally and just drops these bombs, and it blows me away every time. Let's see. Mary Nichols says, I may need a new source of income. My hours are getting cut to the bone because I don't twist customers' arms to sign up for store memberships. Honestly, and I hear you on that. And I know that's tough because I just straight up stopped shopping at GameStop a long time ago. And it was because that whole, what is that? What's his name? The guy, he goes in the hardware store and he's like, I know more than you. You know, when they were like to ask him, they're like, oh, sir, do you need help? I know more than you. What is that? What meme is that? Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. But that's how I feel when I go in a GameStop. I go in a GameStop and they're like, hello, sir, would you like to pre-order? And I'm like, I know more than you. Ron Swanson, yes, from Parks and Rec. That's it. Yes. That's how I feel when I go into a GameStop. I'm like, I know more than you. Don't ask me. Leave me alone. But it got to the point where the pre-order nonsense from them, I'm like, it makes me want to just destroy everything in the fucking store because they won't stop asking me, hi, are there any games that you're looking forward to, sir? Yeah, there's plenty. But of course I don't say that. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Would you like to sign up for a GameStop card? No. Would you like to sign up? No. Would you like to? No. Like, fucking stop asking me. And so I get it. I respect the retail employee, as I always say, respect the retail employee. It's not the retail employee's fault, okay? It ain't the retail employee's fault. But if it's still aggravating as hell, bro, it is aggravating. It's so aggravating. And it just drives me crazy. Vic Whiplash for $100. A hundy. Another hundy from Vic. Vic, what are you doing, bro? Never give up the fight. Thank you. That's real shit, man. Real shit. All right. I like Vic. I'm going to play off of your message on that one. Never give up the fight and don't back down from what you believe in. Listen to me. You may look at me and think I'm, never hurt for confidence or whatever. And I don't mean that like in a internet persona bullshit way. Like I'm being real as fuck. Like I am insecure as fuck. I always worry if people are going to watch me. I always stress and I go, I want to go live, but I hope people tune in. I hope people watch me. I hope people are here and they want to listen to what I have to say. Every fucking time I go live, I worry about this shit. So if you have a channel and you don't have a big following, I get the insecurity. I do. I understand it. Everybody's going to have that. No matter how many subscribers you have, no matter how successful channels you have, no matter how many views you get, you're always worried if people are going to watch you. You just are, generally speaking. Are there some arrogant assholes out there that just assume that they just deserve everything? Yes. But generally speaking, most YouTubers are normal, regular people. And it is hard and it's stressful and you just don't know what's going to happen. And so please just, if you got to drive and you got some interest, overcome those insecurities and just go with it. Because I promise you, if you put your voice out there, if you put your opinions out there, it will connect with people. It will connect and people will support you. They just will. If you're authentic, if you mean what you say, if you back up what you say, if you stand by it, people will support you. Just a few fucking years ago, 5-6 years ago, I guess. We're in 2023 now. So let's go back to, we'll go back to like 2015, 2016. Okay. I didn't have a YouTube channel. I didn't have a YouTube following. Nobody knew my name. I had a little Facebook group for geeks and gamers that was really awesome for us, but I didn't have like this big following. And I'll never forget this. I've told this story before, plenty of times before, but I'll repeat it for people that haven't heard it. There was a YouTube channel that I followed. It was a tech channel. And I'd followed him from like, I don't know. I think I started following when he had like 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers. It kind of showed up in my algorithm. It was something to do with the new smartphone coming out. And I liked the guy. I was like, this guy's cool. He's, he's got a decent personality. He's funny. I like the way he conveys his message. So I subscribed to him and I watched his channel slowly grow. And I remember he hit like 20,000 subscribers. And I remember asking myself back then, I'm like, how the fuck do you get 20,000 subscribers on the internet? How does anyone do that? And how must it feel to have 20,000 subscribers? That has to be the best feeling in the world. This guy must have it all. He must have it all worked out. Everything must be perfect for him. He's got 20,000 subscribers. He's probably made for life. Not really. You're not really made for life if you have 20,000 subscribers. But I, as just an average viewer, I just looked at that and thought, wow, it's amazing. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. So I see the perception side of things and how people perceive things. I totally get that. And if I saw like Geeks and Gamers and this channel or whatever, I'd probably have a different perception of it. But in reality, it's it's an awesome group of people. It's an awesome thing that we have. And I try to put most of the money right back into it to take it to another level. And I'll continue to do that. And if I fuck up, I'll just go back to retail one day. You know what I mean? Because I believe in what we got going on here. I believe in what we have. I believe in the people we have. I believe in the audience that we have. And so that's all for Vic Whiplash. It's $100. And then Vic is dropping more. Vic just dropped 30 more gifted memberships, ladies and gentlemen. 30 more gifted memberships. Jeremy Peterson says, now you're just showing off, Vic. Now you're just showing off. The whole chat is going to be green before the night's up. Between Alec Baldwin's finger, you got Press Tiled, you got Vic Whiplash, you got so many gifted memberships. Turn the chat snake green. There we go. Turn the chat snake green. Vic flexing hard. How many are we at now? So we're at 115 new members. 115. We still haven't gotten to the beard of shame. All right, I know like we're almost at the 3-hour mark. So I'm not going to necessarily end, but I am going to show you guys tonight's beard of shame because I know a lot of you have been waiting. I apologize that you've been waiting this long. I got a little sidetracked with all the stuff going on. You guys are the best chat on the internet. The Snake Pit is the best chat. It is now time for the most anticipated moment in the history of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, CobraCast 199 is proud to present to you tonight's beard of shame.
Yeah. Fuck you. Heartfelt.
I encourage people all the time to continue to speak the truth boldly. Don't censor yourself. Don't do the tyrant's work for him. Yeah, don't make me do one of those Jeb Bush please clap things. Please clap.
Yeah. Fuck you. Heartfelt.
She's the 3-time. We got a 2-time winner and a 3-time winner tonight, ladies and gentlemen. AOC, the 3-time champion right there. Look at there. Congratulations to AOC, a 3-time winner, and Seth Dillon, a back-to-back 2-time winner. Woo! Wow, impressive stuff tonight. Shout out to Jay Hailstorm. You guys, make sure you go follow Jay Hailstorm and Hollywood Scholar. Follow Hollywood Scholar on YouTube and on Twitter. Follow Jay Hailstorm over on Twitch and on Twitter. They're good peeps. They're good peeps. That was awesome. And Vic Whiplash. Vic just keeps dropping bombs. Vic just dropped another 20. We had the Arc Spartan becomes a member of the 199. Whew. Fantastic, Mr. Knox. Never give up, Mary. Here's to hoping you're able to get by. Hail 199. Yeah, so Mary, I don't know if you're in the Discord, but I definitely want you to keep me updated on everything got going on. And I will say from personal experience that from my personal experience, and I can only speak for myself. I know everybody's not like me, but usually when things are, my back is against the wall is when I typically rise up and perform better than I ever have. And so don't get discouraged because hopefully this is going to lead you to something bigger and better. And things happen for a reason, but we have to take actions in those moments. So just because something happens and presents an opportunity for you, you still have to take that step. And fear is the biggest thing in life that holds us back. It holds me back. It holds you back. It holds a lot of us back from different things. Fear is the great equal. It's the great kind of thing that keeps us back from so much. And I'm not saying I invented this thing because I know I didn't. I know other people have said it. Maybe it's a Bible verse. I'm not sure. But I always say like an idle mind is a devil's playground. I think that's the quote that there might be a different variation, but I always say an idle mind is a devil's playground, meaning when your mind just sits there and nothing's going on and you're just thinking, a lot of shit gets in there. And it twists you up and it vents things that are not there. And so, just look at the positive. And I think different opportunities are going to present themselves for sure. And then we got the Arc Spartan for a gifted D-Day Cobra membership. We are up to 137. 137. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier in the chat. Always gifting those memberships. Man, it's amazing. Truly amazing. Billy says, I don't know why you like Trump so much. It's really odd. Damn it, I wanted to highlight it. Billy doesn't understand why I like Trump so much. It's really odd. Okay. I don't think you said anything overly disrespectful, so I'm not going to roast you, but I've made it fairly clear though. I don't know how much you've watched me, but yeah, I mean, I don't want to destroy the guy. He simply just said, like, I don't know why you like Trump so much. Really odd. Okay. I think it's really odd that you don't like Trump, but okay. Did we get Vic? Vic has lost his mind tonight. Vic Whiplash just gifted 10 more D-Day Cobra memberships. The 199 is out of control tonight because of Vic Whiplash. Samuel G says, Vic, are you drunk, dude? Back Goat, have you blessed this chat yet, Reverend? Yes, Back Goat. Jeremy Osteen has had a wonderful night. And just earlier, Jeremy Osteen, right after a hundy from Vic Whiplash, gave a big wah-min to the chat. Yes, I did. Snake Pit Rise Up. That's right. That is right. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier with the gifted D-Day Cobra membership. Thank you. You guys are amazing, man. Don't know what to say other than thank you. Yes, we're at 1,000 likes. We're at $1,000 in super chats. We're at 100 new members. 150. So it's crazy. Gangsta Trump, baby. Trump got 3 baby mamas and a criminal record. True gangster. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Hey, that's a good question. Hang on, where did that? Can we get 199 newbies? I'll shut the stream down if we hit 199. How about that? We got 148 right now. I'll shut the stream down at 199 new members. There you go. That is a great comment. Trump is a gangster, man. They've turned him into Tupac. I think Benny said that. You know? He was like, they're turning him into Tupac. Yeah, more back end. I'm showing off my back end again. I'm showing off that back end. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier. So now if we got a 50 bomb, it puts us at 199 and we're ending it in style. Oh, there's the 5. Okay, well, there's 5. There's 5. So now that puts us at 154. It's 154. Right. Okay, we're 154. All right. What's going to happen here? Arch Spartan again with Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier. Trump is Elon levels of intelligence. Be thankful he's on our side. I agree completely. What's up, Zalisha? I saw you in the Discord memeing the hell out of me. Back Goat with 5 D-Day Cobra memberships. Yeah, I saw you, Zalisha. I think, wasn't that you in the Discord? The Discord is crazy right now. I can barely keep up with the Discord. I can barely keep up with it. All right, so we're at 160. We're ending on 199 members. All right. Well, when I say we end, we're going to our Trump outro. That's what we're doing. We're going to our Trump outro. Pitbulls and MMA says chat is awesome. That is what started this whole thing, dude. This whole thing started because I got mad that Tim Pool made his chat members only. I got really mad, and that's why I started CobraCast. And I said, your chat is part of your show. The chat is part of the fucking show. Don't ever silence the chat. Don't ever shut the chat down. I don't need to like have my ego stroked and be like, I don't need the chat. No, I need the chat. I 100% need the chat. The chat is an element of the show that makes it entertaining. That's what it is. You know what I mean? And that's what made me mad. And I was like, don't disrespect the chat ever. Don't ever disrespect the chat. Awesome guy created the 199. Yes. You guys know the lore, man. You guys know the lore. So yes. Yes. And Shoemaker, the chat is part of the show. 199. Absolutely. The Arch Spartan, he did as a response to telling half his audience to fuck off. Yes. Yes. That's why. So for those that don't know, the reason I started CobraCast was I got frustrated because Tim Pool made his chat only. He made his members only, so he could grift memberships. And it was because he was getting a lot of criticism. He was getting a shit ton of criticism. And you know, so then I basically started this as called it CobraCast IRL, kind of memeing on Tim. And it was just meant as a one-off. And here we are. Here we are. It is now one of the most important things that I do. And in some ways it is the most important in terms of, like, obviously the Geeks and Gamers stuff is massively important and will always be. But this is my baby right here. Obviously Geeks and Gamers is too, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So we now are, let's see. So we're 39 new members away from 199. Are we going to make it? I don't know. We will see. Why is the MCU fan saying 199 in my chat? What the fuck is going on? What is this all about? What is MCU fan doing? C-Chan says, why is Tim so sensitive? We women admire strong men. I know, right? You know? Let me see. He embraced the dark side. Fake account. Yeah, we broke him. You guys broke MCU fan. That's not MCU fan. That's just arch nemesis DCU fan. Yeah, I mean the chat, like, how many MCU? All right, here's the thing. All right, let me ask the chat a question. Okay, should we ban all MCU fan troll accounts? Should we ban all MCU fan troll accounts? Vic just dropped 10 more. We're up to 170. That's a pretty strong. Okay, I just want to make sure it's not disrupting the chat. I just wanted to make sure it's not disrupting the chat, okay? I just want to make sure it's not disrupting the chat. That's all. Because earlier, like, it felt like there was like 8 or 9 fucking MCU fan account chants. Like, it was like, holy shit. Like, it felt like there was like 8 or 9 in the chat earlier. A Rudai becomes a member of the Snake Pit. All right. Well, I just wanted to get a feel for it to make sure it wasn't affecting. So 80-20, that's all I need to hear. I just want to make sure it's not getting to the point where it felt like spam. Don't take away our piñata. I won't. Chat always gets what they want. So, okay, you're right. 100%. 100%. And we just got Larry dropped 5 D-Day Cobra memberships. We are up to 176. Atomic Patriot says, wow, still live. There we go. Yeah. He's our punching bag. Don't take it away. I hear you. See, so, like, you know, so the reason the one kind of hardline rule in the chat is to not spam is because essentially spam can ruin the chat. You know what I mean? If people are just spam, don't spam the chat. that can ruin the chat. You know, that is a detriment to the chat when someone is just spamming. So when I saw like 7 or 8 different fucking accounts, I saw some people complaining. So I'm like, you know, is this ruining the experience? Like, is it detrimental to the experience? So as long as you guys are telling me it's not by 80-20, then I'm good. So do I ever sleep? Yes. Not as much as I should, but yes. Boom! Quad for 20. Oh, we are coming close. So that's going to put us at like what? Where's it going to put us? Like 196, right? Uh-oh. So we need an individual. All right, we gotta play this good now, okay? Hold off. No more gifted memberships yet. Just hold off. This has got to be strategic. If we get a 5, it's over. So it's got to be 3 individuals. All right? It's got to be 3 individuals. Oh, okay. Okay. So we're up to 197. We need 2 more individuals. And then we have to do a full stop at 199. We have to do a full stop at 199. Oh, snap. One more, Teresa. Back go. All right, that's it. Hold. Oh, we broke it. Holy shit. We had it for a minute. Stop the count. Yes. Here's what we should have pulled up there. Oh man, that was funny. That was so funny. Holy crap. Yeah, I was going to hang on. It's not what I wanted. I was going to pull this up. Right here. Right there. Stop the count. Dumping memberships at 3 a.m. Let me pull it back up. Oh my gosh. You guys are so funny. Wow. That was wild. Okay. We got to end it. We're over 3 hours. Is this the longest CobraCast to date? I don't know. Jed, is this the longest? Jed, are you still here? You got to unmute so I know you're still here. So, is this the longest CobraCast?
I think it's the longest one that I've been a part of, at least.
Okay. Some people are saying no.
I feel like you did a 4-hour one, like during the day once that I wasn't a part of.
Yeah. It's the longest since 199. So, either way. All right. Go to bed, Jed. Go to bed. I know you're tired. So,
all right.
Have a good one, buddy.
Hey, take care, man.
All right. Bye. Jed's good people. There's Ruthie. What's up, Ruthie? Ruthie has been supporting me forever. She's awesome. Ruthie, you guys have no idea. Like Ruthie, Thomas Gilkey, shout out to Thomas wherever you're at, buddy. But Ruthie and Thomas, they're like the OGs of. There's several, but like they're 2 of the more prominent ones. So, but Ruthie's awesome. So, we love Ruthie. All right. So, what a night. Atomic Patriot missed it by that much. Warren Smith gifted that membership. Rhino Helix gifted a membership. Vic Whiplash gifted that membership. Captain Cook gifted that membership. Smurf gifted the membership. Backgoat gifted the membership. Teresa Young gifted the membership. Let's see. Izaro says, y'all broke MCU fans. Sounds like a sequel to Brokeback Mountain. and that it catches us up. So thank you guys so very much. I appreciate it. You guys blow me away every time we do this. I don't understand it, but I will always appreciate it. So thank you for supporting me and allowing me the opportunity to do this. I understand who I work for. I work for the people. That's why I try to, kind of talk to the chat and kind of get the vibe for what you guys are wanting, what you're liking. It's important to me. It means something to me. And so I appreciate it. Vic Whiplash just dropped 20 more gifted memberships. My goodness. What is happening right now? Oh, look at there. Hollywood Scholar got us. Hang on. Longest CobraCast was 3 hours, 32 minutes flat. You guys know what that means, right? You guys know what that means, right? That means we have to break the record tonight. That means we got to go another 12 and a half minutes. We got to go another 12 and a half minutes. Tenacious Detective says, you're just fun, dude, to hang with, Jeremy. That's why I watch. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Vic Whiplash has gone insane. And I'm okay with that. But yeah, we're going to break the record tonight. We're breaking the record tonight. So we're going to hang. We got 12 more minutes to break the record. So we're at 3 hours and 20 minutes right now. Longest CobraCast was 3 hours and 32 minutes flat. So there you go. Bat Goat says 12 minutes. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier gifts a D-Day Cobra membership. It was Hollywood Scholar got the gifted membership. Hollywood Scholar got the gifted membership from Lying Dogface Pony Soldier. Smurf says D-Day Cobra breaking records every day. Breaking records every day. Damn right. Atomic Patriot. I'd love to go to the event, but I ain't got money. Hey, I hear you, bro. I hear you. I won't be in Dallas. If that, I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but we are having the Friday Night Tights event, but I will not be in Dallas. Ryan will be there. We'll have some Geeks and Gamers peeps there. I won't be there. Just have business to tend to, and the Vegas trip. I don't want to sound cringe right now, considering I'm sitting here on a live stream making all this money, but the Vegas trip kicked my ass financially. So I can't do another trip right now. That Vegas trip, that was rough. And it wasn't because of like gambling, because I literally, I guess I profited the first time I gambled, but it was because I rented an SUV. I took the whole team. I paid for everything. I paid for the Airbnb. I paid for the food. I paid for virtually the whole trip for the whole team. And I was pretty close to having to go suck dick on the corner to make up for it. But that's neither here nor there. That's why I'm not going. Vic Whiplash just dropped 20 more gifted memberships. 20 more. Holy shit. This chat is full of snakes. Our venom is strong, and we are the apex predators. Hail the snake pit and the 199. At least you didn't do an Odin. Even his son has bigger balls than him. The sheer masculinity makes his son have a greater beard than him. Good old Odin. Yeah, we roasted him pretty good for his not taking care of the audience. Analog Hermit says 3 hours, 33 minutes to open a portal to the 199th dimension. God, I love all of our lore, dude. I love it. It's so great. It's so great. Who is Vic? The chat is like, who was Vic Whiplash? Who was it? Said that. Who said it? Where the fuck is it? Someone just asked who is Vic Whiplash, and I wanted to highlight it, but I can't find it. Hang on. I'm going to find it. I'm determined to find it. I can't find it. I tried. Someone says, D-Day Cobra, go to bed. You're drunk. I have never drank a sip of alcohol in my life. Ever. And I never will. Doesn't mean you can't. Doesn't mean I judge you, because I don't. I personally do not drink. Never will. Not my style. And I don't let anything cramp my style. That's always been me. That's always been my whole thing. Like, I don't let anything cramp my style. I'm going to do what I want. I'm not going to tell you what you have to do. But like, if we go somewhere, like, that's why, like, I just like what I like. You know what I mean? And so if other people like different stuff, that's fine. I'm not just going to just do what everybody else is doing for the sake of them. It's just not me. Nobody's going to break my stride. That's right, Rhino Helix. Nobody. Never going to happen. You're drunk on sleeplessness. That is fairly true. Vic is John Campion. What's my dream car? No money, limit-free maintenance. I'm pretty real. Well, I mean, I guess if it's like if money is not an option, I'll give you two answers, okay? I'll give you two answers. Hang on. All right. So I'll give you the most the most insane answer, and then I'll give you the realistic answer, okay? Let me find it. I'm gonna pull up the pictures, okay? Hang on. All right, we got two answers here. A lot of you know. A lot of you already know because we had this conversation. Jesus Christ, these cars are so badass. So, oh my God, this is so badass. I can't stop looking at some of these, man, but like, that's amazing. Holy fuck balls. Okay, I'll just tell you, it's a Ford GT. Okay, I want a Ford GT, but I also like, that's the crazy one right there, because a Ford GT is so far out of my ballpark. It's crazy. A Ford GT is just stupid. You know, like, it's just insane. But realistically, if I could get this car right here, and this is more something I think I could get at some point in time. I just want a 2009 GT 500. That's what I want. I want a 2009 GT 500. I love the body style. I love the 2005 to 2009 body style. And so if I could get let me see if I can find a good body style to show you that kind of, yeah. Oh, this is the one I showed you guys the other day. So let me open it in a new tab. So this is if I can find it. Why is it not letting me tab over? Son of a bitch, that's badass. I'm looking at all these cars now. You guys got me on a damn tangent of looking up GT 500s now. But now I can't stop looking at it. Give me a minute. Now I'm just looking at fucking cars like crazy. Damn it, you threw me way off by talking about cars. So now I'm all distracted looking at all these badass GT 500s. Let me just pull up the screen I'm looking at. So right here, I want a 2009 GT 500. So, like, look at these. Look at these. Holy shit, look at that front end. Look at the posture on that one. Like, that is sexy. That is sexy. Look at the posture on that. So, yeah. Mother effer. Look at that car. Look at that car. It's for sale right now. It's for sale. How much? It's already sold. It says sold. Bro. Oh, that's the one I was looking at, isn't it? Oh my God. Oh, that is so badass. Oh. Mm-mm-mm. That's beautiful. That's beautiful right there. Anyway. No, I do. The Ford GT is the true dream car. A Ford GT would be the true dream car. So, hang on. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I guess you guys didn't see this. This was what I was looking at right here. So these were the shots I was looking at. Look at that. That is so sexy. That's the realistic dream car. That's just realistic. But the GT, son of a bitch, that's sexy. But anyway, thank you for that question. Did I miss a lot of shit in the chat? You got me completely derailed, in a good way. In a good way. Fictitious Dave Savage, is that the only? Let's see. Hang on. Is that the one they used in the Knight Rider reboot? I didn't see the Knight Rider reboot. Gorgeous beast of a vehicle. Got that one. Okay. So we're closing in, ladies and gentlemen. We're closing in. We're closing in on 3 hours, 32 minutes. The countdown is upon us right now. Buy it. Buy what? That I can't afford that Shelby. Not right now. I got too much going on. Oh my God. Kevin, what are you doing? How did you get that in a super chat? Oh my God. How did that get in a super chat? Holy crap. I am not reading that one out loud. Kevin. Good Lord. Holy shit. As we break the record for longest CobraCast, I'm not even highlighting that. I am not doing it. I will not be on YouTube tomorrow if I read that. Shout out to iDubbbz. So, holy fuck. Somebody super chatted 500. No one sent me a 500, right? I don't know how. Listen, I know Kevin. So I'm very aware that Kevin gets a little spicy on his super chats sometimes. But that's a Ryan Kennel super chat. Yes. Holy shit. All right, right now, we're about to break the record. Countdown's here. 3 minutes, 31, or 3 hours, 31 minutes, 57, 58, 59. Boom. Officially the longest CobraCast ever. Officially the longest CobraCast ever. Boom. I have no idea, dude. I've had super chat censor the dumbest things. I don't know how that got through. And we made history. So there we go. Kevin, go buy me a GT 500. Kevin, make that happen. Please. Just make that happen, okay? Yeah, maybe Gung Ho Mac. After Kevin, probably the last CobraCast ever. All right. So there we have it. We have the longest CobraCast of all time. All right. And a legendary CobraCast with Kevin dropping gamer words in my chat. Kevin is clearly capable of doing the impossible. Yes, let's not make a habit of that. I want to keep my channel. Arudai says, Jeremy, you know what this means, right? We can't end the stream until I have enough to buy this car. If that was the case, if I had the money, I wouldn't buy the car. I would get a lot of the bills caught up that I'm dealing with the Geeks and Gamers every month. So, all right. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode of CobraCast. It is 3:20 Central, and I am normally on Eastern time zone, so it's technically 4:20 for me, or 20 for all the 420 fans out there. I'm pretty tired. So, I got to get some sleep. I got family stuff to do tomorrow. Let's see. What's a good joke? Fitty! Cybertruck incoming. Are you getting a Cybertruck, Kevin? I know you have a Tesla. Kevin, buy me a GT500, 2009 GT500 right now. Chat. Bully Kevin into buying me a GT500. All right. So we got to go. I'm tired. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you so much. You have no idea. And there's still 900 people watching this. There's still 900 people watching this. Let's see. Hang on. Let's see. Pit bulls and MMA says, is Kevin single? Unfortunately, no. He is not. He is in a very, very passionate, very passionate and sexual relationship with Chris Evans. So no, he is not, unfortunately. So he's big fan of Chris Evans. All right, guys, we got to cut it there. I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave you with the man himself, Donald J. Trump, the 45th president of the United States of America and the greatest president of my lifetime. Here we go. Oh wait, Vic Whiplash. So Vic, you got shut down. Hang on. He said what? He said what? But Vic, where'd you go? Let's see. I'm trying to find you. Damn it. Saw Vic said something. Oh, right here. Apparently, I can't spend more than 500. They shut Vic down. They didn't shut Kevin down, but they shut Vic down. Go figure. Holy crap. What a night. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Let's close it out with Donald J. Trump. Oh, fuck. Hang on. God dang it. I forgot to check the Rumble chat the whole night. Hang on. We got a $2 Rumble. Can't stay up and watch. Catch you in the AM. Just wanting to let everyone know Dr. Fauci and COVID are not what they seem. Research people. Thank you for that. Give me a minute. My content. I got to pull up the chat right now. I see you, Rumble. I see you. We still got peeps over here in Rumble. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. Thank you for supporting on Rumble as always. 2 more hours of Rumble square ups, says Gung Ho Mac. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Stay safe out there. Be good. Just remember, if you give up, then it's on you. But if you keep striving, you never know what the hell's going to happen. So thank you, guys. I'm going to get some sleep. And tomorrow, Geeks and Gamers Daily, I'm not going to be there, but please go over there and support those guys. Drunk 3PO, Ryan will be there. They'll have a great show. Please go over there and show them some love. The best feeling I have is when Geeks and Gamers streams do well without me. So go over there and show them some love tomorrow. You guys have a great night, and we will talk to you later. Bye, everyone. you dropped 10 more. Vic dropped 10 more. God darn it. Atomic Patriot, you hear of the new Doritos, mustard and ketchup. I have not heard about that. Sounds terrible. But yeah, Vic, you madman, you mad lad. We love you. We appreciate you. Appreciate all of you. Thank you so very much. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's episode of CobraCast 199. I'll be back Friday after Friday Night Tights. And other than that, you guys have a great night. I don't know what I did to support, or I don't know what I did to deserve the support, but I appreciate each and every one of you, and I understand who I work for. I work for all of you. So for the entire chat, who's always the MVP, I appreciate it. Have a great night, and we will talk to you later. Bye, everyone.